to hip-hop is why you're here, just to let you know how much I'm feeling you and do love yourself. You give me much more than you ever could know. The truth is it's like you and me were meant to be. We had our hard times and the times I shut you out my mind, but then it left me feeling trapped in the prisons of this mind. You see, you were my life, you got the feelings and I'm sure that we'll be alright. You're the expression in my world, seeking one day I found that the bottom line was a lot between you and me. Consider my position in the life, but sometimes think that you and me could never work. Then the things first, I feel like an expert in this field. Fully understand if I take a stand, I could get more than these feelings hurt. One life, one love, with love, X-Faction.
Hello, my darlings. Hello and good evening to one and all. I started this stream last night, but I abruptly ended it because Wendy and Jupiter had already done one. So I thought it's pointless trying to fight for audience members over here. So I shut it down and went over to actually Jupiter's and listened to their take on the Wednesday stream. With a you could say a Tommy Robinson ex Tommy Robinson supporter and inner circle group member, I guess. Now he calls himself Public Annoyance, otherwise known as Andy. So I just left it and let Jupiter and Wendy run the show and give their take on what they think. A lot of allegations were made, and I've heard through the grapevine that even the Tommy camp has reached out to the Speaker's Corner guys in regards to this, and they've given a response, but at the moment we don't know if they're going to have anyone actually come on our show and actually give any kind of right to, I guess it's the whole thing about right to reply. I think the guys from the Speaker's Corner lot wrote the Tommy camp to give them a right to reply. They just apparently just emailed and said some disparaging things about Andy, but they haven't. We don't have any schedules, so no one's told me anything about anyone coming onto the show next week, perhaps to do a right to reply or reply to the allegations made. So for now, it stands as it is. It's a lot of accusations have been thrown, a lot of hearsay, I guess you could say, to some extent, without evidence. It's just simply accusations for now. But we'll see how without evidence. Whoops, sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this chat popping out. But yeah, for tonight, because I was asked last night to start the stream because Ralph from Speaker's Corner, he wanted, I guess, to come on and give his take, but he never showed up during the time I was live, and I guess everybody was busy with Wendy and Jupiter, and I didn't really feel like it, to be honest with you. I was already worn out anyway, and I was kind of glad that everybody was already at Wendy's and Jupiter's show. So there's no point splitting the audience for for as I say, for something that I was kind of low energy on by that point anyway. So now tonight, we have the panel is already, the link is in the underpants section, but I shall drop it here in the overpants section or in the chat for anyone who's interested. I want to go straight into the panels because, to be honest with you, I'm not really interested in my take. I've already given my 2 cents on this. So anyone else who feels like they want to drop their 2 cents, I know Hassan's been biting at the bit. What is it called? Biting at the bit. I don't know. Anyway, he's been anxious to maybe give his thoughts on this. Maybe Ralph, if he's around. I don't know if he's even around. Jake O'Connor, Jake Radio, big up. Oh my God, there's all the fabulous people are tonight here. Let me just give the first little bit of salutations. Robert White. Also, there was another chap which was cognitive, something like that. Yep, we already have Jacko Radio, Hassan, Morpheus, everyone. Oh God, Chavez. Who else? Abigail. Anyway, I'm gonna go straight to the stream. Hello, Miss Jupiter. How are you, my dear?
Fine.
Are you...
So how did you? I know you say you've given your take, but how did you find it? I mean, there was no evidence brought, was there?
No, not. I mean, it was all just words. I mean, obviously, he's given us some names that we are now looking up. I'll be honest, I don't know the inner circle that well. Let me just say salutations to Hassan as well. Hello, Mr. Hassan. How are you, sir?
Good, bro. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Hey, Jupiter.
Hiya.
I know you guys are not best of chums, so just hold back yeah, just hang back a little bit, Hassan. Just hold back the fury.
Calm as a cucumber.
Oh, lovely. That's how I like you. Just make sure that the Xanax are kicking in before we get into this. But anyway, but yeah, Jupiter. As far as the claims that were made, obviously there was a lot of claims that were made. Let me just switch this for the audience so they can see the panelists. So yeah, I don't know the players that well, like by name. Mm-hmm. So apart from the very popular people, obviously like Danny and Tommy himself and Richard Inman, apart from those kind of very well-known people, I don't know like Clown World and like these other people. I don't really know who these people are. So I couldn't really give any kind of retort or rebuttals of that stuff because that's a bit more nuanced information, or a lot more deeper information in the Tommy Circle that I would have, any kind of...
Can we add Abby to that?
Yeah, go on.
Can we add Avi? You know that Avi Yemeni
Avi
guy
Yemeni. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, Avi Yemeni he's in Australia. He's really just doing his own thing. I mean, he supports...
Tommy support, isn't it?
Oh, he does support Tommy, but to kind of...
Tommy supports him.
Throw him into the whole, like, is he involved in the partying and the cocaine and all the other allegations? Because he's in Australia. Can we really lump him in with all this? Maybe not. I don't know. But in all honesty, I think he is too far removed to kind of lump him in. I think what most people are worried or talking about is the current Tommy Circle and of course the drive to get donations in the current situation, because Avi Yemeni still works for Rebel Media, so he's still well paid by Rebel Media, and his earnings are not coming through donations, even though he also begs for donations all the time for various different things that he claims that they're doing, like causes for various different people that were charged over the COVID period in Australia. So he has always got his hand out as well. He's always walking around with his hat, dangling in front of the audience. But I don't think it would be really fair to say that at the moment, with what's going on with Tommy, he is, we should throw him into that same basket at the moment?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same support system. That's the way I see it. It's like it's everyone sort of like makes these claims that no, this ain't a part of us. When you're like, well, you guys like march the same street, you chant the same shit.
Well,
What you're telling me
that's what I mean, because
now different.
I don't think Avi does that anymore. I don't know. Have you seen his recent stuff? He is not really in that same frame anymore. He's not hopping on about Islam. His whole shtick has been all about the lockdowns, the COVID restrictions, and all the issues that are plaguing the Australians right now. I barely heard him talk about Islam in like a year, 2 years probably. So I don't know. I mean,
Tommy's covered that 1984 lockdown with him. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we all pretend like. Man, you see what you want to see. Like the way I see it, if the connection is there, it's there, man. It's like I'm not gonna start saying, oh, because the connection is there, that's it. It's the big fucking Zionist movement, and no.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't want to, because that's kind of detracting now from Public Annoyance and his accusations of this current group. You see, that's what I mean. That's going to drive the conversation in a completely different direction. And I think
I was saying not to make that example, and I was saying not to make that example.
Yeah, that's the thing.
As little as it is, there is a connection there. Do you understand me? I wasn't saying that it's as grand as
definitely, I would say. Of course, Avi and Tommy are very good friends, and they support each other. So that's definitely, of course, they're connected. But in this particular case of the kind of things Public Annoyance was talking about, because this stream, I'll be perfectly honest, this was a stream that was asked for me to do. It wasn't one that I cared to do, because I'm not that much into the whole Tommy thing. I mean, it's for me, it's I can take it or leave it. I'm not like, how many times you guys really see me talk about Tommy Robinson and the Tommy Robinson movement? The only times I talk about it is really with Manny drives this thing far more than I do. He seems to be all up in this whole thing. We talk about grooming, sure.
I mean, we still got the remnants of it, like that's marred all over.
But
in regards to like for example, the person that I'm hoping that will sort of chime in on this is Wendy and Jupiter and that crew that still believes that England is a nation that has Englishmen to uphold and love. Do you understand me? Like the way I see it is, it's a mixed bunch, man. Like we should still love them. We should still treat them like Englishmen and like hold them dear to us. But it's just that optics needs to change a little bit, my view, in regards to it. But apart from that,
I mean, Jupiter. So what was your? I mean, I did listen to quite a lot of you guys sort of give your take last night. I'm assuming you're still on the side of this Andy guy. Is he bitter? Is he just like a jilted lover? What kind of, how do you guys see this? Because I got the impression that's how you guys were seeing it. There's this guy used to be in the inner circle. He got kicked out for whatever reason, and he's just like a bitter guy who's trying to like lash out.
Well, it's quite a in-depth answer actually. So in the beginning there was stuff swirling around that Tommy Robinson was actually going further right. Okay, there was concerns within the movement that he was going further right, and if he went further right, people were not going to stand by him. There was allegations that Jack Dawkins and Danny Tomo were trying to drag him further right. And that seemed to be the catalyst of a lot of the stuff. So this the clan world wanted to know, exactly where Tommy stood. So did a few other people, and Tommy sort of like sat on the fence. He said he was too busy to get into squabbles and answer questions like that. And so there was a division. People, the clan world, and that started pulling away. Danny Rusco turned up on the scene. And then people started to question, from what I can gather, Public Annoyance and others started to question where actually this man had come from. There are allegations that he's quite extreme, but then they also say that he used to be Black Lives Matter. I've not seen any evidence for both, but I do believe that Wendy might have seen a photograph.
This is
of
Danny
him with
Roscoe you're talking about.
Yeah, with
Oh,
some
okay.
patriotic alternative people in it, but he denies that it's him. But you can clearly see that it's him, says Wendy. But I've not seen that. I find it. I'm going to start off at some of the accusations. So first of all, they said that Tommy Robinson's worth 30. Was it 45 or 35 million?
40.
Yeah, someone said something about 40 million.
Yeah, so I find that an outrageous amount, and I also think that even if he does own that much, I don't think it's down to him, like you pointed out, Banksy. I think for him to put his hand in his own personal pocket to sort of like build up some kind of counselling system for these victims, when really all he is a spokesperson to point out that the system has broken down and the establishment have overlooked these people, these victims, and that really basically he's calling the establishment to order and he's just making sure that it got through to the mainstream. So I think in that respect,
can you just clarify that, Jupiter, one more time? Because from my understanding, you're making it sound like Tommy Robinson did this just to expose the establishment and not the Muslims. Because I can remember initially it was a lot of Muslim, and nothing to do, and I mean absolutely zero to do with the actual people that were orchestrating this. Actually, zero. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm an avid Tommy supporter back then, and I would have remembered that entirely, because I remember me walking in there and saying,
okay, so who orchestrated it?
Jupiter, look, I'm going to say this, okay? Look, as much as people think that what Tommy has done in regards to exposing this culture and dividing a working police force into another subsection that is already struggling, in my book, has not done zero favors. Labeling it has done zero favors. And I'll say this with sincerity. When you see what those girls have gone through, just through those little bits of an insight of what's happened to them getting removed out of the house, and Tommy knowing full well that there was an alternative way of doing it. He even said it in the beginning of this that we could have taken 400,000, we could have raised 400,000, and we could have took these people to court, and guess what? We could have got a fucking result that could have worked. That could have worked, and guess what? He chose not to.
Can you tell me who orchestrated it?
Tommy just listen, and I'm going to say this as well. Tommy was given this. Muslim grooming gang because it happened to him. He made a great point. The guy that was on there before, Andy, had made a great point that he had loads of people.
Grooming gangs, please.
I'm saying government.
Right, so the government planned and recruited girls.
I think government, how you're seeing government is happy to revenue money. As long as you don't get caught and you keep it in-house, they really don't give a shit. We see examples of it. Tim Westwood,
right?
Been doing for ages. Jimmy Savile. Look, can you allow me to finish?
No, not really, because you don't.
No. Well, I'm giving you points of fact, though. I'm not running off with it.
Points. You're firing off.
Well, no, I'm not. No,
and you interrupted me when I was in the middle of explaining something.
All right, carry on then.
Tell me that the government orchestrated.
Go, carry on then. If you want to talk, please carry on talking.
Okay, Jupiter, finish.
What I'm saying is
point,
that there's people that are doing it.
Okay, Jupiter, finish your points, but also, Hassan, could you please think about
this during
the time Jupiter's talking about clarifying exactly what you mean about which government or what agencies or what kind of who's involved in that thing. But Jupiter, please
No,
finish
well,
your
I
thought.
was.
No, let
Yeah.
Jupiter finish. You think about it for a minute.
Oh,
Just
So,
let Jupiter
man,
finish.
so first of all, 45 million sounds extraordinarily high. I mean, if you had 45 million pounds, you wouldn't be running around being an activist and begging for more money. It just doesn't make more sense. You go away and have a secluded life and enjoy yourself. You can live on that. You can live out your days on that. That's number one. Number two, there was claims that there was tax avoidance. Well, I find it a little bit strange that, our tax revenue inspectors can't find any of this money, but all of a sudden these three people sitting in a little telegram group seem to have all the facts and figures and know exactly how much he owes, which is pathetic, without any evidence. I mean, that's completely ridiculous. Now, do I think that Tommy does ask for money quite often? Yeah, I do. Do I think that it comes across crass and vulgar? Yeah, I do. But do I think people are being made to pay him money? No. And do I think that he's got enough a big fan support or a base that want to give him money and that truly don't even care whether he spends it on himself? Yeah, I do believe that. I've seen people that are actually devoted to him over the years. So really, as long as people are wanting to give him money, it's nobody else's business. We at the moment we live in what we call a capitalist society, and all I've seen on many of these channels actually, and it relates in, is that people are constantly being berated for actually making money off of their own speech. Why can't Tommy Robinson make money off his own speech? He did break through into the mainstream. There were other people before him who could not get it into the mainstream, could not get the attention that he got, and he did do that.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you on some of those aspects, especially when it comes to people who produce content and are, asking for money all the time. People are asking for Patreons. They've got, a Patreon. They've got super chats on YouTube. They've got all sorts of different means of acquiring monies. People. What's it called? They have Cash App and all of these PayPal. So people are constantly. You look at Jedi, look at Raspect. Raspect's a prime example of a grifter, and he uses race. He race baits in order to grift for his money. And the fact is that Tommy Robinson maybe is on the flip side of maybe someone like Respect, possibly bigger and with more followers and popularity, but generally people who are producing, these guys are not producing anything. They are producing some content, and so if others want to pay them for that content, then it's a free market. As we live in a supposedly free capitalist market. If someone wants to create something and others are willing to pay for that product, can we really begrudge them? I mean, I myself never begrudge a hustler. I don't care what the man's hustle is. Let him hustle. If he's hustling for his cash, if he's working for his money, then let him do it. And I think maybe in some instances there is an element of jealousy that maybe Tommy can do this and others can't. My only concern is when people play to the heart, pluck the heartstrings of other people's emotions in regards to various things. So in Tommy's case, he plays with the people's emotions through this grooming gang issue and victims of grooming gang. With Respect's case, he plays on the heartstrings of the black community and the plight of maybe some of the issue, challenges that the black community has, and he plays off that emotions in order to grift for his money. I find if you're manipulating people emotionally in order to grift for your cash, I find that distasteful. I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong. I'm morally neutral, to be honest with you, on that. I don't have any moral stance on it. I think that if I see or recognize such a thing, I would call it out. I would call bullshit on that. I called bullshit out on Respect almost the very instant I saw his grift. I called bullshit out on Zubaydah the second I saw her grift. And these people are all grifters, and they're all trying to, pull on various heartstrings. Zubaydah works the Muslim angle, Raspek works the black racist angle, and Tommy works the essentially the white, sort of poor, downtrodden white man or Englishman who's now allowed all these foreigners into the country through good intentions, are now getting shit on with their children being groomed. He kind of plays that game too. He is playing in that emotion. He plays that emotion.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I jump in now?
Hassan, yep,
Okay,
absolutely.
so
if you're ready to go.
Okay, so when we say that we've just heard Elon Musk spend 45 billion. So the idea of when you've got money, you just go out and do your thing. If Tommy wants to get into an industry where he feels that his money is going to benefit from this venture, that's up to Tommy. Okay, what he does with his money, I really don't give a shit. Okay, so I'm not having, he will just sit on his money and do nothing. Yeah, all right, whatever. Like, in regards to Jupiter's comment before that. And in regards to what Tommy does, yeah, there's a massive difference between what Raspek does, what Zubaydah does, and what Tommy does. Now, ethically, let's get this right. Zubaydah shouts out about Islam. Raspek shouts about the demise of his African people. Tommy goes against Home Office regulations that have now made a deal with these people, and he fucking full well knows this, and is now trying to make journalism a thing that was already agreed through backroom deals, which he again knows. Okay,
can I
clarify? What part would you like me to clarify?
That's what I mean. Can you clarify on he goes against the Home Office? What do you mean in that sense? How do you
think these stories have been kept away from these mainstream media? The Daily Mail knows of these stories for years. They're not allowed to press it, that because they know that if this does come out, as the police had explained, that the reason why they hadn't gone after these cases because of right now whatever their reason.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, what is the reason?
There's a million reasons. Whatever the reason is if the Home Office made that reason, they make a million reasons for a million different things. There's a Home Office reason for not publishing that. It's like, for example, we in Britain, we can't expose the social services and neglect because there's a fucking reason. There's a reason. There's child underage. The safety of the perpetrators or the whatever the fuck it is. As mad as it may seem, there's a reason.
But do you think these are good reasons? Do you think these are just...
No,
but that's the thing. Are they justified reasons?
No. But are they the reasons why the Mirror, the Daily Mail, the Sun, the Independent, the Guardian, the Telegraph, the whatever again, the point is that they are law-abiding news media groups that are abiding by the laws that the Home Office has stated them. And if Tommy Robinson, well, again, you can't have your cake and eat it.
What?
No. I'm actually getting some clarification on this, I think, in my brain. Let me try and explain it how I understand it. You're saying that the government and the mainstream news media has always known about these grooming gangs. They've always known about these events, but they have kept it on the wraps in order to perhaps maybe not stoke up the fires of multicultural Britain and cause, internal, effectively a civil war. They've been trying to hold off a civil war between the native English people and the immigrant Muslims or whatever. And so the news media has been playing along with the government to keep this from being exposed.
All right.
But what I'm saying is, but
let me finish. Let me finish. 1 second. The IRA used this. The IRA had used the same laws, and as well as that, before the IRA, we've had politicians that have involved in sex scandals, extramarital affair, all like I get that in people's heads that there's this group of people that shouldn't be deserving of that right. But in my view, that right shouldn't exist, full stop. But it does. And because it does, some people are going to fucking wiggle their way around and get to put themselves in a position where they can't be checkmate. And guess what? These cunts, and I will say that, I don't give a shit that they're Muslim, or they're Jewish, or whoever does that vile nastiness to people lesser than themselves, found a way. And if they found a way through the Home Office, bro, Home Office.
Yeah, but
again,
Hassan,
the Mirror, the Sun, the Telegraph.
You're saying that yes, the government is working with the mainstream media, or the mainstream media is playing along with the government to kind of keep Britain from basically self-exploding or imploding in a vicious race war or vicious wars. But the fact is that what you're saying to me is that whether this has been done or not, is it right for them to hide this information? And why is it that Tommy is the bad guy here for exposing this information?
Exactly.
Bro, no one's saying that Tommy's the bad guy for exposing it. But you guys have got to start coming to the fact that it's not Tommy that exposed this. This is known, bro. The Mail sends this information to, for example, its career branch that releases a bit of news that people that if you want to know about abuse in it, they'll pick that news up. It's not that. It's just not publicized because
why?
Again,
because
you got government that is releasing news to the media instead of a media that is going out and getting the news.
Yeah, but that's not how it should be. The media should go out and get the news in spite of government.
Agreed. But
true journalism is now coming to the surface because no longer people trust the mainstream media, and so people do go to people like Tommy or independent.
That's the narrative. That is what is he going for. That's what he's going for. It's like, oh look, I'm doing the expose. No, you're not. What did you expose, bro?
No, he's exposed, but you're yourself. Okay. Let Jupiter go because I've got some thoughts on this. Yeah, let Jupiter have a moment, please.
She's had a massive moment, you know, Banksy, and she's been waffling on, bro.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
I've been waffling on. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Oh, mate, with the 40 million. Now, where's your proof that you ain't got 40 million?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Jupiter, you wanted to say something. Please go ahead and say something.
So for me, I never ever looked at Tommy as somebody that was going to save the world or the universe or even the grooming girls. Or I believed that he would get it into the mainstream, and he done that. I think, even though you say that there were people before that actually exposed it, and yeah, there was that Andrew journalist, I can't remember his second name for the News of the World. There was Maggie Oliver, there was Nick Griffin, there was all these people before, but the person that actually broke through and woke up people was Tommy Robinson. You can't deny that. Not only that, he also managed to collectivise those people all in one place, to stand together to say enough is enough. And that is what we needed. That is what we needed then. We still need it now.
And what happened?
Even though, please, I'm going to be finished in a minute. Even though they're still aware of the grooming gangs, and even though they are taking a minuscule amount of people to court, because it is minuscule, they don't seem to be making any sufficient changes within the police force or within the care system to sort out these erroneous things that went on, and it is disgusting. And this is why he has to every now and again keep reminding them, keeping his foot on their neck, so to speak. Sorry if that offends other people, it's not meant to. So that it's kept in the public eye, so that more people wake up, so that the pressure is put on. Basically, what he was an activist that applied pressure.
All right, so you've double explained it again. All right, okay, got it the first time. Right? So you're saying that he highlighted it. Thanks, great. And really, did he? Again, did he?
Yes.
Because you just on your own admission said that no, he didn't. All he done is he's got something banned and he's brought it out to the
Yeah,
front.
I think you're missing the point.
Again, the point that you're missing out is that there was an efficacy code that the government. Now listen to this: the government had decided to do, not the journalist. The government went, now you know what? This needs to be kept out of like a lot of things prior, like MPs raping kids, royal families getting caught with their penises deep in children, loads of other things that they decided to keep out that they know, but yet no. What you want to do is pick up this bit, the bit where a group of people that are being funded by the banks and covered up by government. Again, the same people that made that decision to cover it. You want to blame who and expose who? Is it the mindset of it all? The mindset of it all. You all it is. You just want to tout your political view. It's nothing to do with children. Nothing to do with the children with you. Nothing.
But Hassan, the thing is that somebody had to point this out. I mean,
no, they didn't.
How long?
Because there was a law against.
But what I mean is, do you trust the
government?
There
was a law against it.
No, there was a law against hiding the fact that there are groups of men who are abusing and trafficking children. There was a law against that.
Yeah, and there was a law against exposing that as well. And guess what? Back in Jack Straw's day, there was a law that stopped kids. Wait for it. Kids going to the newspapers. Judge Pickles was the one that's done this back in the day. Abused children in social services could not go to a news outlet that would pick up that story. They'll listen to it. They'll go, yeah. This is an amazing story. And guess what? It'll get to the editor's table, and that's where it will die. Now, do I agree that's right? Do I agree that's right? No, I fucking don't. But guess what? Some fucking home office official back in the day made that fucking law. Now, there's another one that I can highlight you on. The fact that in 1954 we knew of Savile, but again, when you got royal seals and fucking government arms telling you shut your fucking mouth, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, but no, that's not what you got to do. You
then say
no, fuck you. I'm
you're right.
Go against it.
Yeah, you're right. But again, they all got to collectively do that, isn't it? It's not worth one person doing it.
But that's the
thing. And the worst part of it is when he's doing that, he's not even considering the fact that he knows that the system that he's banging on about has already left these people to their own fucking devices. Like, he knows full well because he tells you that these people are out in the cold. No one's doing shit about guess what we're going to do? We're going to go over there and we're going to kick them as well.
I'll be back.
And while we're out there, we could do a couple of white lines.
Okay. Thank you, Jupiter. Thank you for coming. Is there anything you want to say before you leave?
Well, there was quite a bit I wanted to say, but the thing is, that I need to be sticking to Tommy and not rambling on to other things.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I thought this conversation, I wanted it to be more around the accusations made about Tommy Robinson's behavior and spending.
Public Annoyance, by the way, is in the chat. I don't know if he wants to come.
Who is?
Jump on.
Public Annoyance.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy for anyone. As I said, this is kind of a post Speaker's Corner.
And the fact that the bit that really got me is when he's told a whole load of people that people have been known. His boss. Did anyone contact the boss to say, "Listen, this happened"?
You've got some things you want to say, yeah?
Sorry. Just bear with me 1 second, Andy. Sorry, Hassan. What was it that you were saying? Okay. Public Annoyance.
What I was going to say is the gentleman.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Please go ahead, Public Annoyance. My apologies. Welcome onto the show, guys.
I believe you and Jupiter, have you guys spoken or you haven't spoken before?
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
Okay. So I mean, Public Annoyance, what was on your mind? Sorry. I wasn't able to read the text.
Sorry, I was just jumped in there because after the live stream yesterday, there's been some posts being put out from Team Tommy, and I hadn't heard Dupes talk about this. talking about following Mandy Mosley, finding out where she is. She's not blind. I don't hear Jubes and Wendy speaking out about the atrocities that's coming from Team Tommy. You seem to be arse-licking Team Tommy, Jubes. Can you explain to me why you're missing the important things that I've been pointing out when I speak out against Team Tommy and the Team Tommy that are picking out against the people that are with me? Why are you not speaking on your channel about that, Jubes?
Right, so we do talk about what you say. We actually bring
You haven't said nothing, Jubes.
Oh, yes, we have. We've done 2 streams on you since. We did one last night, and we did one when you came on yourself.
Trust me, I watched it. It was bad enough for you all the way.
Today, I've been told
Guys,
I've not seen your streams, Jubes. Right, today I've been told I've not watched your streams, so just don't count. I mean, I'm just going by what I've been told. You've done nothing but bitched about me and the group of people around me. Now, a post has come out on Ginger Tony's Telegram group called No Racism and Patriotism. There has been posts being posted threatening. We've been following Mandy Mosley. I've not heard you speak out about this. I've not heard no one saying that you spoke out about this. Are you okay? Team Tommy.
Hold on. I don't follow Ginger Tony. I don't follow you. I don't do any of that shit.
No, but I've mentioned this in the past of the threats that have been going on my way, like her turning up in my workplace because I've been speaking out against Tommy Robinson.
So I'm a bit more nuanced than you, and I believe in the real world, right? So imagine a group of people, we're into activism, and they're all friends, and they're on a different level to most of the movement because they know each other pretty well. They're in the inner circle. So imagine there's an inner circle of a group of friends. And then they fall out. But they were so close to each other that they're aware of where each other works. They went to each other's houses. They sat in each other's houses and drank together, even if it's tea. Then there's a level of approach that would be seen as different as to somebody else if it was just in an official capacity. And I believe that you did. I believe that you did have that level of intimacy with Ginger Tony and Tommy and other people. So if Ginger Tony came to your work, it wouldn't seem to me to be as much of a it could still be insulting, yes, but it wouldn't seem to be as outrageous as it would have been had it been somebody that was official or somebody in the movement that hardly knew them at all.
So turn up for my work. There's videos of her doing this, so there's no denying that, yeah? I've put these videos out on my channel, as I've mentioned on your live stream.
Right, I've not seen those videos. Do you want to get one now and show it?
Well, I can't do it now because I'm only working.
Do you not believe it?
Well, the thing that it's not that I don't believe him, but I think if we're going to discuss something, then I would rather see it.
So if you know that he has, why would anyone go to anyone's workplace and go to their boss and tell him this shit? Who the fuck are they, bro?
I've had threats. I've had people accuse me of being a child abuser.
Why don't you tell us then, Hassan? I can easily go on you.
James, I've been telling you.
I find this disgusting. So don't get involved. Yeah, go on, Public Annoyance.
Right, I've been speaking about the intimidation tactics that have been thrown my way, right? There's a reason why I'm posting everything public, because I have heard so many stories about Active Patriot, James Goddard, who you assume that I affiliate with politically, which I do not, right? I do not affiliate with their political stance. But what I want to find out is what their involvement was with Team Tommy and what happened when they fell out and why they were pushed to the far right. When I fell out with Team Tommy, it wasn't because of a stupid fallout. It's because I'd seen stuff around of them claiming that they care for victims and them not actually really giving a fuck about the victims. Excuse my language. Right? I'm passionate in what I'm into. And I see something I don't like, I will speak out about it. This is the damn problem I see in this country.
What do you do?
What do I do? I'm new in this. I'm only in this movement for 4 years.
Yeah, I know. I get that you're new.
I've never asked for a penny. I have never asked for a donation. I've given advice, give opinions, like everyone should do. A solution, yeah? There is already movements out there for the victims. There's already people out there that are speaking out for the victims that are not begging for donations.
Don't deal with Tommy Robinson, just go with Maggie Oliver.
Yeah.
The official person.
Ask questions. Ask questions.
Person that is through the establishment, yeah?
There's
Maggie Oliver is a traitor. Maggie Oliver is a liar.
There is multiple movements for the victims to go to for safeguarding matters. Well known.
Okay, sorry.
The
everyone.
intimidation.
Who was that who interjected? I don't know who Maggie Oliver is. Sorry, I know who Maggie Oliver is. I don't know who that female was. Who was that?
Oh no, that's Hassan's other half.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to clarify. It's just I'll be honest. I don't know a lot of these players. That's why I'm actually learning as I go along with certain names and like Maggie Oliver. Who is Maggie Oliver? Could anyone give me a background?
She's the whistleblower.
Maggie Oliver was a whistleblower for Beach Homes Children Home. Only she didn't mention anybody's names, and she spent 3 weeks there. Some whistleblower. But she's ex-old Bill, and she's come out to tell about all these terrible things that happened that she never saw, never witnessed. She's a liar. Is she
the older lady who used to be an ex-police officer?
Yeah, with blonde hair, that's always around with John Wedger.
Does she live in like Netherlands or somewhere now? Is that?
No, she lives no, she's still here. She's still here. She's here. Okay. Yeah, it is.
So Maggie Oliver has got nefarious connections. Yes, John Wedger and the such. And if we're gonna judge Tommy Robinson by some of the connections that he may have, then we have to do the same for Maggie Oliver.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Public scrutiny.
Jupiter,
we need to public scrutiny.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know Team Tommy at all?
So no, I don't know him deeply, no, but
do you know Tony? You know Ginger Tony?
I've spoken to her, yeah,
So you know her well then?
No, I wouldn't say.
So you know her well?
No,
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I do.
Evil woman, and I can prove that with a post that went out tonight on Telegram on Patriot. No racism.
Seeing is believing, my friend. Seeing is believing.
Right, so
it's been put towards Mandy Mosley about following her and finding out whether she's actually blind or not. And she has donated thousands of pounds to charities. And she gets called money bags by Team Tommy. We have notified you many of times. You don't speak out about it, I'm just picking out. You seem to be arse-licking Tommy Robinson.
You're not questioning. Interrupt when someone comes up with a good point, isn't it?
Okay. Just bear with me. The thing is, Andy, Public, I was hoping that this would have some because me and Manny, we don't either of us, we didn't really know the inner workings and the sort of the different players in this circle. That's why I was asked actually last night to do this post your stream or post last night's stream in order to get more panelists up, because Manny doesn't really like to have many panelists on that particular show. He only tries to, occasionally we get panelists, but generally he just does a straight up interview. So this is why I'm kind of glad you're here, because I wanted people who could potentially challenge some of the things you're claiming. I don't know if Jupiter is at the moment on the panel, but I'm asking anyone else in the chat, Wendy, anyone who wants to come on, please come on. If you know these players, these individuals, so that we can have an actually an even-handed conversation, because I can't push back on something I don't know. So I'm happy. As I said at the top of the show, I said a lot of this stuff that the accusations you made public. At the moment, from my perspective, are accusations without evidence. They're mostly hearsay.
If you got
I can say evidence, the thing I put in last night about the 45 million. The thing I put out last night about the 45 million is actually more than that. It's actual public information. It's available in the public. What I'm doing is, there is receipts. We have got receipts. We want to see who's going to take the piss out of what I said last night. We've already got the people. We want to know why they're taking the mick about that. Why? Have they looked into it themselves?
But
no. Why not?
Yeah, the 45
so I will laugh at you over the tax return claims, because I think that what you're...
I never said anything about tax returns.
No, well, yeah.
I said assets and properties and what Tommy's worth and assets.
You said he didn't pay tax. You said that... Yeah,
no, I never said he never paid tax. I never. That was a comment made in your live stream last night. I never said anything about him paying taxes or anything like that.
You're not making that claim. Okay, that's good. So you don't agree with that then?
Well, he's not paying tax, and I disagree with that because I work goddamn hours. I'm paying a lot of tax, and I'm
Yeah,
not
but
getting
are you
nothing back from
making
the
the claim
system.
that he does pay tax, or are you saying he doesn't pay tax?
Well, having different companies every year and going in liquidation, that kind of
I'm
tells you
asking
what
you
he's up to,
again.
doesn't it,
Are
dude?
you making a claim
Common
he does
sense
or he
prevails on
doesn't?
that.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
I
mate.
think it's. I think I'm. If I'm not misquoting you, public, you're saying because
Come on.
he basically is creative when it comes to his accounting and various companies
He's
that
clever.
go
There's
bankrupt.
loopholes, and he knows how
Yeah,
to work the
he
loopholes.
so yeah, his
Yeah,
tax
but
bill won't
Banksy,
be
how can he be
non-existent.
so creative that he's got 45 million plus that they're now saying?
Yeah, I
Public
mean,
information, dude. So people
Right?
can get off their
And
asses and do the
the top
research.
revenue don't know about it, but him and these two other women do, and they're better than our tax inspectors.
Yeah, I mean, well, one thing I did push back on public yourself, Andy,
And
and that is you can.
got,
Yeah, but the one thing I did push back on, which is this claim of all these assets, if the assets are not in his name, then and they're in family members' names. Again, the example I made last night was if my uncle is Elon Musk, I don't have $160 billion. My uncle has 160. You can't say I'm worth $160 billion because my uncle is Elon Musk. So
So the question goes, are you running a business or are you doing this for the victims? Are you doing it to make money off the backs of the victims, or are you doing this as a business? I mean, that's the question I want to put to everyone. Yeah, are you making money off the back of the victims?
Proper support in for children and for victims first and foremost before doing anything.
I haven't seen none of this from Team Tommy or Tommy Robinson. I put the questions to him and I just get blocked.
I'd just like to welcome
Yeah,
Wendy.
well, you should protect victims.
Yeah,
exactly, 100%, and I don't see none of it.
I'd just like to welcome Wendy onto the
evasion? Yeah, thank you, Banks.
Okay.
So how come you know about the tax evasion, but the tax man doesn't know?
I don't know nothing about tax evasion.
I
just said
he didn't say anything about tax evasion.
It's not even that. If the companies that have gone bankrupt and so on and so forth, if it's all legal, the taxman knows about it, but it is legal, and so
it's loopholes that allows them to
exactly.
Well, you used them. Wait a minute, Public Annoyance. You said last night that he was definitely not paying his taxes. Yeah.
No, I didn't. That was a comment made in the stream. I mentioned he's worth 45 million in assets. It actually is more than 45 million. It's public information if people can do the research.
Well, what does that mean? Well, why have you got a problem with that, even if it's true?
Because he's not passionate. He's not doing it for the victims. He's doing it for money and making it as a business. How can you not see this?
Well, I'm beginning to think I'm beginning to think it's a bit of a witch hunt on your part.
Yes.
And the people.
May I state something? What's the difference between someone who's profiteering off of abusing children and someone who is earning off of the suffering of those children?
Yeah, well,
to me personally, I don't see any difference. I don't care. Well, I know Maggie Oliver's a liar. I know Maggie Oliver's a liar.
Yeah,
right? You don't need to tell me anything else. Yeah, love. Yeah, love. 3 weeks. 3 weeks in Beachfield, yeah? 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. Talk to people that have been in there a little bit longer. Go do your research and talk to people who have been in there longer. Why don't you talk to Melanie Shaw, darling? Why don't you talk to Melanie Shaw?
She's not quite right.
I'm quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can I just interject, because we're all arguing here, right? I've got a list of known organisations for the victims. Can we all scrutinise them?
Yeah, she's not right. So why don't you speak to Ginger Tony and Hal Geller about all this public annoyance?
I have. I got blocked and I get slagged off and apparently I'm a child abuser. And they turn up on my work and threaten my boss, tell my boss I'm a paedophile, nonce and a drug taker. That is my answer.
All right. So say they do all that. Why don't you just turn your back and walk away and get on with your life?
Because I care for the victims. Oh, that's what I'm on the movement for.
No. Don't give me that. You care for the victims. No, don't
really?
give me you care for the victims.
No, Hassan.
Because you're putting your hatred.
She should be arrested.
Wait a minute. Listen, public annoyance.
So I'm going to come up to your workplace and tell your boss that, and you're going to be all right.
Why don't you walk away and get on with your life? Why are you
Because
spending
I
your
am on the
time
movement for a
trying to
reason. I
get
didn't come on the
two
movement for a
women?
bit of fun, a bit of sniffing cocaine, and
Well, go
having a
and find
laugh.
another
covering
movement.
up.
Go and find another movement.
There is no other movement.
Wow.
Look at it.
Wow. Children don't mean anything then, no?
Exactly. So that's all it is.
What the hell is
Hang
wrong
on,
with these
hang
people?
on.
As a child got a couple of pound note wrapped
He
round his
is
neck
more with
for
his
anybody to
vendetta
actually say, hi,
towards
I'm going to
Ginger
do
Tony
something.
and help
I don't
out.
care about Ginger
That's
Tony. Do
it.
you know what I care about? Children. And what I see
Well,
is the
it's
abuse
4 years,
of children
nothing has
on a daily
changed.
basis and people earning money. Okay? And now
4
you're
years,
looking at it
nothing
like it's
has
all right.
changed.
It's all right.
60 new
It's all
victims
right.
3
Why
weeks
don't
ago.
you get a new
60
hobby?
new victims 3 weeks ago.
Guys, everyone.
People off of the fucking channel. There is absolutely no point.
Guys,
You're an idiot,
can
mate.
we just balance it out a little bit one at a time, because unfortunately we can't hear everyone talk when multiple people are talking. So could we just take one at a time? Okay, Jupiter. Sorry, I missed almost entirely what you had to say. Could you start? Let's start with Jupiter, and then we'll go to Public, Hassan, Wendy, whichever wants to come in next. But yeah, Jupiter, could you please just repeat what you're saying, please?
What I'm saying is that I want us to have a decent discussion, but there's no point with people just randomly screaming over the top of people and throwing in other people's names. This is meant to be about Tommy, and more importantly, Public Annoyance's issues with Tommy. So therefore, it would be constructive if we could have a conversation with Public Annoyance without people shouting out, Melanie Shaw, yeah, and
Get on with it. Get on with it.
Hassan, please, come on. Little bit of impulse control, guys. Okay, sorry, Jupiter. Yeah, Melanie Shaw. That was the last thing.
Right, so Melanie Shaw, as far as I'm aware, has been debunked. Okay, she's very seriously unwell. There is a lot of stuff where people have been led down the garden path with a lot of things. The Hosted case is another one. Sexual ritual abuse is another one. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that have gone down the conspiracy rabbit hole, and they've allowed themselves to be dragged into areas that are really not applicable. Now, when it comes to the grooming girls, okay, there has been abuse that went unnoticed, that we all know. Even Hassan gave us a long spiel about the media were aware of it, the establishments were aware of it, and nobody did nothing. That is the reason why Tommy Robinson had to speak out. They didn't have a problem prosecuting people that were Christian. They didn't have a problem prosecuting people that were not following any other faith. They didn't have a problem prosecuting people that were white. What they had a problem with the majority of paedophiles in this country, what they had a problem with was a particular modus operandi, which was grooming gangs, which is separate to child paedophilia, because grooming gangs not only cover paedophilia of children, but cover vulnerable adults, and then led on into them being extorted and pimped out to many people in lineups, in gangs all over the country, shipped up and down the country, treated despicably and abused, and in some cases ending up being abused wives with children by these men before they were dumped to the wayside.
I've got a very quick reply to that, Goops.
Sure, go ahead.
Who covered it up, and why was it covered up?
There you go. You see.
Well, Hassan, you had the answer to that, didn't you? Earlier on, you gave it to us. Could you please repeat your answer again of who covered it up?
Again,
And why?
There's a second bit to that as well. Who covered it up and why we covered it up?
Run by who?
Okay.
Your government run by who? It weren't the Muslims. I tell you that. It weren't the Muslims. It weren't.
And
it was the other force in
gets
this
away
one.
with paedophilia? The government.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why are they allowing Tommy Robinson to line like the Muslims? Because they don't want you thinking about the government. The government that are impeding on our lives with taxation and slavery.
Okay.
And it's
I'm happy to divide us. Happy to divide us.
Segregation. Anyone causing segregation needs to be shut down and known publicly.
Right. So while we concentrate on the establishment, you think we should take our eyes off the actual perpetrators and say, it's all right, mate. You carry on.
To sort the perpetrators out, we need an establishment that's going to protect the vulnerable. It's common sense.
Hold on, let me finish, please, before you come back on me. We have a culture in this country of people, a new generation that are growing up that are not taking self-responsibility. We've got over-pampered wives taking men to court and not allowing access to children, and the children are suffering because they can't take self-responsibility for their own part in the breakdown of marriages. We've got misogynistic men, okay, that want to excuse the rape of women because they can't take self-responsibility. And now you're telling me that we should let off sexual perpetrators because we should just look at the government.
Shut up with your get off your horse. Get off your fat horse, you fucking horrible exotic dancer.
What
Get
an
off your fucking
accusation
fat
that
horse,
is.
exotic dancer.
Okay, that's not an argument, Hassan. That's just insult. Okay.
Yeah, no, you know what it is. That's all she is. She's an exotic dancer that's giving us some bullshit.
Hassan, that is not a rebuttal. That is not a rebuttal.
The judges are only perpetrators of the mental
You
health.
want us to what? Keep chasing the tail? What? Whilst the head is still burrowing its way around. It's government
fix
that
the
needs to
head so
stop.
that the tail gets deleted.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
you just want us to soup his shit up for you.
Okay,
While the head gets all the best. Fuck off.
Okay, gentlemen.
750 reports
Okay,
of
gentlemen.
indecent images from the police officer. How are we going to trust our police force when they're involved in indecent images of our young?
Okay,
how can we trust our police force to employ the law for our vulnerable?
Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah, we need to fix the problem. That's not fixing the
up in your lorry
Guys.
and never come out then.
Okay, guys. I just want to.
What's that got to do with anything,
shift.
Juice?
Hold on.
Sounds like you've got a bit of a
Fix
personal
shit.
vendetta against me.
Fix
I'm not
shit.
about me here.
Everyone, hold on. I just want to shift. Okay, let's say you've identified the problem. What are the steps that we can take, reasonable steps that we can take towards a solution to this? Has anyone actually thought about the solution? Okay. What do we do? What would be the first step that you would take, public? Let's say money was not
it as intel.
No. Hold on. Let's say money was not an object and it wasn't a barrier. What would be the first step you would take in order to rectify some of the issues that you've highlighted?
Right, first of all, I've already sent a list to Manny. Right, the list I sent to Manny is known organisations that are there to safeguard our vulnerable that have been victimised. We need to scrutinise it all together to make sure that these organisations are legit for our victims. That's the first step, safeguarding the victims. Then we need to go to the problem. Why are these people not being... Why are they not getting justice? Why are these people getting away with mental health?
Can you give me an example of one of the organisations that you said we need?
I sent it. Right, first one is I don't know 100% about these organisations. This is one everyone that we need to scrutinise. Yeah, I've got rothacts.org.uk. That's one. I've got paceuk.info child sexual exploitation. That's another one. I've got nwgnetwork.org about us. I've got swintonlock.org adult post abuse service project. I've got safeandsoundgroup.org.uk/what we do.
So
I've got hollywoodproject.org and I've also got can I speak?
Ladies, let him finish the list and then afterwards Wendy, you're next. Please go ahead. Finish the list.
Right, I've got Centre for Women's Justice.org UK/news GMP, and also got Lucy Faithful. Now, I don't know 100% of these are legit. We need to scrutinise this all together to make sure these are legit for our victims. First of all, we safeguard those that are victims. Then we go to the next step. But we have to come to some kind of conclusion where we can agree as a collective on how we approach to fix this problem.
Okay, so that wouldn't work because so you want to safeguard the victims and let the perpetrators like walk the streets. So while you're safeguarding the victims, you're going to have an endless. Wait a minute. Can I just speak without you interrupting?
Yeah.
You're going to have an endless line of more victims coming through constantly because we know that it's still going on right now.
Exactly.
How can we trust the police force? We've got to sort those people out. When they're corrupted, there's 750 reports made last month on police officers with indecent images. How can we trust the police force?
Okay, so my answer would be to deport. Yeah?
Who's going to do that? Who have we got in power that's going to do that?
The people who are doing the crimes. Deport them back to where they came from.
But who's going to do that for us? Who can we trust that's going to deport them for us? You tell me
Well,
one
it's like
person
who's going to make these groups up or whatever to look after the victims?
Really, the people
Are
need
you
to
going
do
to
this.
do
So
it,
we
Public
can't do this when we're
Annoyance?
divided.
Are you
We
going to
can't.
do it, Public Annoyance?
I would be
Are you going
involved
to
in
do it?
doing this. I can't do this on my own. We need everyone involved in this. Everyone of all race, all colours and all creeds.
Yeah, well, you know that's not going to work.
Then nothing's going to work. If you're going to be like that, then what's the point? It's only
Well,
going
it's
to work
you
when
that
you put
keep
your
coming
heart
up with
in.
these
Us
ideas,
sending them
but at the
somewhere
end of the
else, is
day,
that going
your
to
only
stop the
real
problem?
problem is Tommy. You keep coming
Then
up
we
with
all
these
need to come up with
ideas.
solutions then.
So why don't you
Everyone's
I'm
got
go
a
only coming
off
up with
different
and
ideas
make
that
your
I've got
own?
on my head.
Wait, hang
They
on.
can't come
Why
back.
don't you go
They can't
off
come back.
and make your own cause, and you do something?
Right.
Why
So
has it got to be one person? Why can't we all come to a conclusion and work together?
Right, thank you. I'd like to give some solutions, please.
Okay.
Because hang on, Duke. Wait a minute, Duke. Just let me get this point across to him, right? Because in this country, we've always had like someone for a leader of people, right? So why don't you, if you're so passionate about this, why don't you go off and make your own cause and find a place of to safeguard the victims and see to the people that are doing these crimes.
We do, you
do
stupid
what
idiot.
Tommy's
We're a
doing.
part of the government. What part of that do you
And
need
maybe Public
you
Annoyance,
fucking
you
idiot?
could do it on a shoestring budget.
We've already got that
maybe.
system.
It's
We just need
Maybe
impossible
you
people
could
for
do
to
it
one
abide by
man to
on
start a
your
movement
wages.
without
Mungo.
making it
You
about
can do
themselves.
all that on your wages. You can spend your own wages on all of that.
I do 60 to 70 hours a week, darling.
Okay, guys. I just want to first of all find out if this is actually Triller. Triller, is that you? Hello?
Yeah, it's me before you decide to kick me off.
Okay, that's Triller. Jupiter, could you please make your point, and then I'll go to Triller to see what he has to say. Go ahead, Jupiter.
Right, so I think that I would like to see a system set up where, a bit like Sarah's law, where anyone that's been involved in grooming, where you can go and get access to find out if your child is dating a groomer, number one, and make it easy access for people. Number two, if men are going to schools to pick up children and they're going to care homes, because that was part of the modus operandi, I would like them to have to come in, sign a visitor's book to pick up whoever they're picking up from the care home with their real name and ID to prove who they are. Should those children come to duress, we can pinpoint straight away where they're from. But also, before the child is permitted to go out,
or they could send their Indian girlfriend.
A child. Yeah.
Before the child, it is a child at 16.
Yeah, I know it's a child. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Men and
why
women,
aren't the parents?
not just men and women. Women have been known to be putting the victims at risk as well. You know?
He hates men.
Guys, hold on. Jupiter was still talking. Could you please finish, Jupiter?
Sorry, Jupiter. Carry on, please.
Yeah, so before the children are released outside to these people, these cars that are pulling up, they should be able to have a system where they can check these people and see if they've been known for any sexual crimes before. Because these men did move on to newer victims and younger victims.
Hold on. Criminal record check who? Everybody that your daughter dates, or what?
No, I'm talking about the care homes, because there was a niche for it at care homes. A lot of these victims were from care homes. Yeah.
Are you saying just men? What about Ghislaine Maxwell? Was she a man? She put a lot of victims at risk and women at risk.
What about listen, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm not the one saying why aren't we? I'm not the one saying why aren't we?
Wendy, we've got to be fair.
You know how many more women that are out there doing this kind of thing?
We're not doing whataboutism. This is about
what? Are you telling me that there's no women abusing? Is that what you're saying?
At a time.
Segregation, it doesn't work. Segregation does not work.
Fucking can't wait.
Guys, one at a time.
Wendy, come on.
Okay. Triller, go ahead, make your point.
Yeah. I mean, look, we kind of already discussed this, right? There's a lot of fucking bullshit going on.
Well, then there's no point.
Hold on. Jupiter,
let him make his point.
Look, you said your bit, right? Look, I'm more than happy to talk to you, Jupes. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. Same as you, Wendy. Same as you, Banksy. But you gotta appreciate the facts, right? There's shit going on. We are all disagreeing with, right? How to challenge that? How to tackle that? It's up to us. Who we decide to join with as well also matters. If you want to join some far right people to try and tackle an issue, that's on you. You got to deal with the repercussions of joining that group. You get me? Just to tackle that one issue. And when it comes down to it, I'm on board on tackling that one issue. So is the rest of the country. So what's the problem? I don't get it. Now we're all against pedophilia.
You can't slander Tommy Robinson. That's the
whole
problem.
country is against pedophilia. What's your problem?
You get death threats. You get people threatening to get you sacked from work. You get called a nonce. You get called a paedophile.
You know the worst bit that you overlook, Andy, and I keep. You know what? Last night on the stream, I was absolutely blowing my head. That people are happy for your boss to get discriminated, like literally put on by these fucking mobs, and yeah, everyone on the panel is like, oh yeah, yeah, that's just a normal thing. Like, who in the hell has that happened? You know what I would have done? I would have smashed your fucking heads in, man.
Mate,
I swear to God,
mate, you're smaller than Ron and Van Marsh. All right.
The thing is,
quite small.
No,
you ain't gonna do anything.
No, the thing is, Hassan. Unfortunately, nowadays, when it comes to council culture and the way things are, a lot of people are used to this.
That's exactly what would happen.
So it's not something that's like unusual anymore. People are not shocked when they see, people having their bosses called and them trying to get them from
Called. Well, called is different, isn't it?
No.
Called is different.
I'm talking about you're
going to their office.
Well, people, yes, I mean, again, different tactics.
Yeah, big difference.
But social justice types, the left has done that to other people. They've sent people around to people's place of work. They've sent people around to people's houses. I mean, this. Did you see?
Hold on, man. Can I ask a question? Were you pissed off when that guy went down and dropped that? Were you pissed off when that bailiff came down and fucking dropped that bit into Tommy's fucking door?
No, Hassan. Did you see?
And guess what? I was in the same pissed off if someone did that to someone else.
Hassan, did you see Abu Layth? Do you know the Mufti Abu Layth, the guy?
Abu Layth got
his house.
Hold on. By who?
Other Muslims.
Hold on, how do you know that? How do you know
These guys are literally saying it on the video.
Hassan, 1 second. How do you know they were Muslims?
Because they literally said it on the video. They were talking about
proof. Hold on.
Dude.
Hold on.
Okay then.
Let's be fair. Hold on. Don't be a fucking idiot.
No. Triller. On the same note, you can tell to Public Annoyance were these really Tommy Robinson fans.
Don't go dumb on me right now, yeah?
Dude.
How do you know? Because a bunch of people that said there were Muslims online.
It's in the same
crime.
It's in the same vein. It's in the same vein as Triller.
You don't have 1% of evidence.
If that's the case, then you have to now turn around to Public Annoyance and say, how do you know these were Tommy fans or Tommy guys who went there and?
Can we just all agree on one thing? Yeah,
I was there when they.
Can we just agree on one thing?
No, those were Muslims.
There's a pandemic of rape and grooming in this country, and fuck all's being done about it, and everyone is arguing about who's doing it. Who's doing it is not going to fix anything. We need to come together, all race and religion.
Are you dumb? So white people are doing more paedophilia in the UK more than any other race in the UK. That needs to be
It's not going to work, brother.
No, white.
Segregation is good versus evil. It's not about colour or race.
Banksy is going to back up this one fact here. White people are the majority paedophiles in the UK.
But
because the white people live here, you idiot.
It's not just paedophilia. Grooming is a different crime.
So what should we do?
I understand.
It's a different category
it's still
of
number
a
one
paedophilic
by white
crime.
people in this country.
Because most people in this country are white people. It's like saying I go to Nigeria and would you go to Nigeria and expect the majority of people in pedophiles in Nigeria to be white?
To be white.
Would they be white in Nigeria?
No, I wouldn't.
Would they?
Most of the pedophiles in Nigeria.
Right, so why would you expect them ones to be here black?
Exactly.
Or
Muslim.
Why would you expect them to be black or Muslim?
Hold on. Because the majority of people in this country are white. Are you dumb?
Bro, so why would you expect them to be any other colour?
Right, so
why would you expect
the
majority of pedophiles in Britain to not be white?
So you've already said, that the majority of pedophiles in this country are raised in Britain, Yeah, the British fucking people, and they are white, and they are basically the paedophiles in this country, and they're not being addressed.
We're
when
not
it comes
talking
to
about
gangs.
no. We're not talking about grooming gangs. We're not talking about pedophiles. We're talking about grooming gangs. It is a subset of.
It's the same.
No, it's not the same.
They're both pedophiles.
It's not the same.
It's
a different
crime. Does it come under pedophilia?
No, not entirely. Not entirely. No. Sometimes these grooming gangs can groom what they call young adults. They could groom 18-year-olds and force them into prostitution.
Right.
They're not pedophiles, but they are grooming gangs nevertheless.
It comes under grooming gang. It comes under pedophilia.
No, not always.
It also comes under rape, doesn't it?
But
it comes
under
under
pedophilia. Yes, exactly. It comes under child. It comes under child abuse. It comes under people trafficking. It comes under prostitution. It comes under a plethora of different crimes. No, look, it comes under a plethora of different crimes. But it is a subset. This is, you see, Raj explained this to you, Triller, last time, and you refused to accept it. Yes, Raj explained it, and you didn't hear it because Raj said, if I go and steal something from a shop, that's theft. If I go and grab your bag and put a knife to your throat and grab your bag, that is also theft, but that is also a mugging. It is a different kind of theft. It's not the same as if I go into a shop and steal something. So there are different crimes within the same umbrella term of theft.
So racism, there are different levels of racism, and there are people that get lured. Hold on, there are people that get lured in certain tokens, that are being lured in to represent a racist faction, and that's you, and that's Raj, and that's Manny.
Fine, whatever you want to make of it, but grooming isn't just pedophilia, and it doesn't fall just under pedophilia. It is a
I'm sorry, London gangs have been grooming for years. Okay, dodgy estate landlords have been grooming for years.
Yeah.
What the part that I don't understand is,
look,
it's again just classified rape and coercion and various other crimes, which, guess what, we've got far more better laws that are well equipped with that, and we've got police officers that are more familiar with dealing with that than having to have a subsection for now the grooming. Bro, are these girls getting raped? Great. Can we use the rape law to prosecute these people? Have we got these people under coercion? Great. Can we use those laws to get these on? Bro, I don't understand.
Look.
We've got I remember John Wager made a real great point of it. He in his own words said that he was in charge of a paedophile case gang with 2 fucking police officers. What's that going to result in?
Hassan, I heard, Tommy Robinson and the other fucking guy, the other fucking prick who's, loves to fucking punch people in the face on camera, Danny, whatever, bro, they all fucking got done for rape recently, or there were accusations towards rape while they were in Telford. You know what I mean? So it shows what these guys are all about. So they're fucking other women while they're out there on the piss up, you get me, going to other areas. Tommy's a single guy, he ain't seeing anybody. The other fucking guy, they're all fucking around, having a good time, fucking other white birds, you get me, while they're also being accused of rape at the same time, while going to these areas. Are you mad?
Look,
and
guys.
At the same time, they're getting robbed of their money as well.
Okay.
Apparently that guy, the camera guy, what's his name again? That Danny guy, whatever, he likes punching people. He took their money. They gave him money to buy cameras. He fucked off with it. That's what's happening with their people, bro. These are a bunch of fuck ups.
So are you saying Danny Tomo?
Danny
Tomo ran off with some money?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Danny Tomo? He ran off with some money to buy
the
cameras.
Accusation was, Danny Tomo ran off, with the money that Tommy gave to him. Yeah.
Hold on. Public Annoyance. Public Annoyance. Can you confirm that? I mean, I never figured out why Danny Tomo left. Do you know why he left?
I sent the recordings of 2 voice notes between Tommy Robinson and Danny Tomo talking about court proceedings with this to Manny and also Speakers Corner UK.
Speakers Corner online?
Yes, on Telegram. I sent a little video. It's Ricky Millwell. It's his YouTube channel. There's 2 voice notes, one from Tommy Robinson and one about Danny Tomo. Danny Tomo blames his wife for the reason why he cheated on her.
He blames his
wife? He stole 10,000.
okay.
I don't know if it's you that has the Speakers Corner UK or
no,
you've
this
got
is
contact with
Manny, and I mean maybe Manny, but it's actually there's another team, but I haven't heard any of these things, so I don't know. So you're saying he blames his wife for
in his
Danny
own words,
cheating on
talking
his
about
wife.
in his own words. It's best to listen to it before you proceed any further on this, so you can all have a take on it. Yeah. He stole £10,000 from the MEF. I sent a WhatsApp message and Telegram message to Danny Tomo asking about this. He just blocked me. The same again. Now Duke said something about why don't I start something? Yeah, I don't want to start something on my own. I want the people to start something together,
but
forgetting about the race segregation.
Someone has
but
to
those
kick
that
the
are
first stone.
currently doing something are the ones that are calling me out and denouncing me as a flipping child abuser.
But the thing is,
because they are
say the truth, man. Say what you see.
They're worried about their income. That's why they don't want other movement to stand up.
You just said something quite honest. Banksy, are you going to dispute what he said?
In what regards?
I mean, he just said he exposed something he felt was true. He was persecuted for because he felt like he was exposing the truth. Yeah,
you're not a big
Triller, have you listened to the stream that we had with Public Annoyance last night?
Answer the fucking question,
dude. Did you listen to the stream? You know the context in which we're having this conversation.
Answer. No, I don't.
Exactly. So you would know my answer
if
you had.
Me in. Let me know.
The thing is, my position on at the moment on everything that Public Annoyance has exposed is I need more evidence in order to make a conclusive conclusion on what it is that he said. No, please
has been floating around for a few days.
Let me go. Let me finish. So at the moment, I'm still learning about a lot of the players that Public Annoyance has mentioned, a lot of the accusations that have been made, and there are two sides to the story, and there's other people who are claiming that these things are not
Where's
true.
the other side?
The Tommy
there
side.
is no other side.
The Tommy
side. I know. Who's the other side? Where are they?
Well, that's the thing. At the moment, I don't. We can't seem to. As far as I understand, Manny and the team from Speakers Corner are trying to get them to
Manny or Mr. Singh
have a stream.
Was it Manny or Mr. Singh?
Mr. Singh. Who's Mr. Singh?
Yeah,
Mr.
That's
Singh.
what Danny Tomo
Never been called Mr. Singh in his entire life.
No. Either way, guys.
Mr. Singh in Telford.
The point is,
when he's never been never been called Mr. Singh.
Okay. Whatever you want, guys. You can go ahead and mock that.
Can I just say something? I want to say something here.
Yes. Go ahead, Public. Hold on, guys.
Right. I know a woman on Telegram. She's known as Miss Patriot. She helped with donations with Corinne Iqbal, with Rehoman, and Danny Tomo told her to stop because there was rumours about her sending girls to these groomers.
She was sending girls to the groomers.
Look at the chat. Look for what Athena posted at 23:39. We can prove this as well because we are in contact with Miss Patriot.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it would be interesting if you bring these evidence forward. Again, I'm trying to remain.
I need the contact details. If you're on Telegram, find me on Public Annoyance. Give me a message, and I'll send you everything that I've got.
Yeah. I mean, I think that. Or actually, if you've got
Manny's,
if you got Manny's details, send it to Manny, and then I'll get it off him. It might be quicker.
Well, I've already sent a few things to Manny.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know how you guys are.
So
I will contact him.
I'm not a YouTuber. I'm too much of a pussy to deal with any emails.
No. I'm saying it's.
I think what's going on, I need you guys to listen to is the voice note between Tommy and Danny.
Pussy. Look. You, Raj, Jupiter, Wendy, all right, Manny, you're all part of the same team. Let's not be a fucking idiot about this shit.
Okay.
You're part of the same crew.
But it's just out of speed purposes because he already has Public already has Manny's contact on
and also
really?
Telegram.
There's been two different cases.
Does he have an address? Does he have an address in there?
Well,
he's also been two
information.
Has he got an address? Is there an address in there?
Who cares, man? It's none of your business.
I'm asking, bitch.
Yeah, and it's none of your business.
Is it public information? Are you dumb?
No, it's not public information.
I'm asking, is it? I'm asking, is it?
No, it's not.
Idiot. Fucking idiot.
Oh, fuck this guy. Okay, as far as Public, Oh man, he keeps throwing me off my fucking stream,
I know.
off my train of thought. So you've got this details about what happened with Danny and how he ended up leaving, and are you saying he embezzled like 10
Yeah,
grand?
no. He's left multiple times. There's multiple reasons why he's left.
This
right,
plot, this story just gets, the plot thickens as
I've been trying to speak out about it, and I've been shut down by these people.
Banksy.
Sorry,
just out of curiosity. Sorry.
I'm trying to work out who's sticking up for the team, Tommy. I'm trying to find out who's trying to divert what I'm trying to put out publicly. Those that are trying to accuse me and defame me are the ones that seem to be diverting what I'm trying to put out. It's going on. Like I said, I've had the facts. I can prove this on my own Public Annoyance channel. I've seen people being shut down. I've seen accusations being put out. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to speak out and see what they're going to do. And I'm going to post everything they do publicly. They share my content on their own pages. That's how stupid Team Tommy and their little circle of people are.
They are pretty stupid. No, like
yeah, as I said, for me, there's a lot of information that has come to me that there's so many things that I don't know about these guys.
Stuff is all on Telegram, mate.
Yeah,
honestly,
before I
get close to the team, Telegram is the place to go. Unfortunately,
it seems to be the place. Before I go down that road, the one thing I wanted to say was in regards to the solutions, because you said you can identify. You can identify all of these issues that we have. For example, Hassan and Public, you guys are both kind of on the same page as far as who that we should target, like the government, the police, and these things.
News.
Yeah.
News. First, news.
How do you mean news?
Because without the news, bro, we need a free, transparent media.
What about open sources? News? What are they like?
Fuck that. They're rubbish. They're Tory shit, bro. You ain't gonna. They're gonna tell you what you want to know. We need a truly like somewhere where there's a fund like Elon Musk could have made this so easy. Like a place where you get a hit piece, like 50 units of your news went out. And then that's it. You get a cut of that. You understand me? But until then, until media, no one's gonna know shit, bro. Because
we can't rely on the media. You know that. We can't rely on the police. You know that. We can't rely on the government.
We need a true, transparent media. Somewhere where people just drop news, and if someone wants to go find out the news, go look there, bro. That's where.
And we all should scrutinise everything that they put out publicly.
100%. 100%.
No one scrutinises. We need transparency. Anything. Absolutely. If no one scrutinises whatever's been put out, we ain't going to get nowhere. We need to scrutinise this together.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not one-sided or one group, because it seems like those that are making money for donations are very protective of protecting that, and that isn't fixing things. I mean, the last 4 years of me being on the movement with TR, I was a Tommy Tard. Not going to deny that, and I wasn't happy at the time I was called it. Right now, I can see why I was a Tommy Tard. Protect Tommy, protect Tommy, protect Tommy. Hold on. We're supposed to be protecting the vulnerable in this bloody country.
Yeah.
All about the
that was another thing.
But the thing is, guys,
and that was another thing as well.
Guys,
he knows what to do. He knows what to do.
Look, if
Tommy could have sorted this out back then.
The thing is,
he's got the platform, he's got the money. There's no denying that. He's got the so-called studio that he's never completed, that he took shitloads of money off the people. No explanation of what happened to that. That was supposed to be the news media. What happened to TR News? What happened to Urban Scoop doing real news? It's all about, please donate, please donate. I can't do this without a screen. I can't do this without security. It doesn't cost thousands of pounds to make a documentary. Anyone can make a documentary on a flipping mobile phone for free. I pay £28 a year for a stupid app.
And they don't need a massive manor house with sprawling
multiple houses, multiple places across the world.
Exactly.
I mean, you do wonder how quickly he comes in and out of Britain, goes to Spain. I mean, all of these
Germany,
things were
Spain, Tunisia.
He was in Cancun a couple of weeks ago.
And the fact that,
unfortunately,
he didn't make it past the how well he eats as a bankrupt person.
Look, guys, I don't want to. You see, the
rubbing
thing is,
the nose in people, and here's one thing, Banksy. I want to remind you the people that donate to Tommy Robinson.
The People's Parliament. We're only going to solve this when we put working class people in Parliament.
People have got this massive illusion. It's mega donors that back Tommy. No, it ain't. It's people that are on gold money and ESA money that, guess what, can't afford. And I'm sorry to say this. Yeah, it's a disgusting thing that, you know what, that their ignorance has sort of like played to his marketing, thinking that he's going to solve it out. When he has blatantly said several times that he's going to make sure that
why don't I start a movement? Do you know what? I don't know how to start a movement. I have no idea. I've got no skills in how to start a movement. I don't want to start a movement. I want people to look in the mirror and say that we're natural born leaders. Okay. We all should be doing something.
Gentlemen,
not just one person.
Okay, gentlemen, can I give you guys at least part of my thoughts, but also a scenario here? The fact is that you both. It's easy to tear something down than it is to build anything up. It is far easier to sit and shit all over something and bring it down. It takes years to put up a skyscraper, but with the right material, you can bring down a skyscraper within seconds. I guess
I get the 9/11 and
not even 9/11, but you know when they went
whatever we want to.
Yeah, no. I'm not even saying 9/11. You know the buildings where they actually implode them and they fall in their own footprint because they don't want the debris to go everywhere.
Like 9/11.
Well, yeah, but you can see how quickly you can bring down something that takes decades or years to bring to erect. So it is far easier to pull something down from your comfort of your armchair than it is to get out there. Do you want to give you an analogy
that makes more sense?
No, it's not.
Stop building things that you're going to take down. Build something that you're going to want to keep up.
What I mean is,
about that one?
First of all, you take down those that are stopping people from trying to talk out.
Guys, all I'm trying to say is that I hear a lot of people to want to tear this Tommy movement down, but I don't see anyone willing to replace it. Are you willing to run the gauntlet of Tommy's life of being not even be able to hold your own bank account, have everything that you've ever owned stripped away from you, have become a pariah in the country, to have people who want to kill you?
Do you want us to be all right? Do you want us to be all right?
Take that step. No, I'm just saying, who's willing to man up and take that step and take on the establishment, the entire British government, the full force of the British government?
We've learned what happens.
We have to do that, bro.
You learn what happens when you have a movement with a leader. When a leader gets taken down, the movement falls. So why do we need a leader? Why can't we all be leaders? So when one leader gets taken down, there's loads of leaders there.
The problem is Public Annoyance. You don't understand human psychology if you don't realize that we are pack animals and we are hierarchical. Yes, we are incredibly hierarchical creatures. We can't just have everyone be leaders. It doesn't work.
No, we can't. We need to segregate those that want segregation.
It's not even that. We have to have certain people that call the shots and others that obey. We can't. They say too many chefs and the broth spoil the broth. That's the whole point. The point is that we have to have a hierarchical system in order to get things done. That's how we get things done.
I love being the back of it. I don't want to be running the front of the pack.
But look, there is a thing to be said about cultish behavior and cult leaders, and I think Tommy has become somewhat of a cult leader at this point than a leader of a movement to do something in this country, to make some things happen.
You made a great point there, but he's not going to be one of those cult leaders that are going to stand us. And like with most cult leaders, like we know the history of that as well. It's a regression of what Tommy.
Yeah,
and the weirdest thing is, Banksy, he had the bit that we're not talking about is he chose to be that, and we all chose to back him. Again, we chose to back him.
No one else
stood up. To back him, and then I realised it was going nowhere.
No, but guys, no one else stood up. No one else.
Because everyone else that does stand up gets taken down. Just look at everyone else that's moved away from Team Tommy. They get shut down. He's a nonce. He's a Nazi. He's a paedophile.
Public. No one stood out. Other groups. Not even Tommy's group.
I'm speaking out. I've been attacked. I've got people turn up in my work. You know, like I said, you got to take down those that are creating segregation.
they do take down.
Look,
if you're trying to start something or trying to get people to come together, and there's a big movement that is worried about losing their donations, they will throw whatever they can. Hope not hate. You're hope not hate. You're Antifa. You're a paedophile. You're a nonce.
But what I'm saying is that if no one else stood up apart from like a separate group, nothing to do with Tommy, just simply giving the messages like the ones that we're talking about.
Then we need someone that's not known to the movement, that's not going to be taken down through defamation.
I'll be honest with you.
But
they don't allow this to happen. They don't.
Yeah, but
look, you look at massive movements. I'll be honest with you. There's been massive movements that have got up there, and they'll put a plant in there, and they'll fuck that movement up. Even Wall Street, man. We found out years later that Wall Street's been planned from day one, bro. That Wall Street demo, Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, Occupy Wall Street.
Bro, yeah, check it out, man. It was supposed to be all pre-planned so they can get more money out of the state. They put these people. Oh, again, what we're saying here, it's all good and well. People say, why don't we start it? What I'm saying is, Tommy didn't start this, bro. Tommy's just like the front man for this show, bro. Like he's literally bro. He's literally a supporter of the pro-Zionist movement, man. Like literally, he's sworn his allegiance to that, and through that he gets his 2 pence worth in. That collects his revenue for this, man. Why are we pretending it's something else, man?
Look,
why? There's millions of people out there, but with massive Facebook pages. Ryan Dawson, for example, and Brian Harvey, to name a fucking few, the ones that we've seen when we're out on demo. Outside the Old Bailey that have been shouting at, and the guy's been doing it for 20 years, man. No one fucking knows about it because no one's gonna give him the coverage. Again, we need media, bro. We need media first
Hassan,
before any of this happens.
Who's been doing it for 20 years?
Well, there was a guy at the Old Bailey when we went for Tommy's first hearing, and literally the guy's been shouting out for missing children and the fact that government knows about where these kids are. 20 years he's been shouting it outside there. And I used to see a guy passed on the bus. But he goes, bro, until news shouts it out, because that is what the news was meant to do. Advertise that there is a problem here that needs resolving. There's nothing more important than our kids. But yeah, no one picks that up. Yeah, we're all interested in Amber Heard's shit, but no one's heard the shit about Ghislaine. Amber Heard shit is important, but Ghislaine shit, no, let's all forget about that one. Again, that media is bullshit.
No, the thing is, unfortunately, you guys have to recognize this, like you're talking about Epstein's and the Ghislaines and all this. Now you're expanding this process, this whole thing, beyond even the borders of Britain. You have to pick your battles. You can't just take on
this ain't a battle, bro, man, Banksy. Banksy. You're being a little bit naive here to think that these people have just got tentacles in certain things. They've got tentacles in every
It's not that they have tentacles in everything. I'm saying, where are you going to pick your fight in order to win that fight? Because if you're going to go
media.
after global pedophile rings around the world, then you're in the shit. You're never going to get off the ground.
What? No, do me a favor, Banksy. That's definitely not the case, bro. We've seen this throughout history where that is not being the case. And it's a massive illusion to think that was the case. No, we've Ceausescu, no longer there. Yeah, it was supposed to be this no way can you get that. Yeah. Sorry to say, my hero Gaddafi, there was another man that no one can get. Oh, what happened, man? I saw the video of him personally getting impaled by something that looked painful.
No, but look,
as he took his last breath. Again,
way off the top.
Again, these were too big as well. Again, to you, these were. What are these? Are just a bunch of wonky nosed fucking old men that like little children.
Again.
That's all they are.
I'm trying to bring this down to actual viable, actionable things. Whilst you're just throwing things out into the world of I don't know, some fantastical realm, as if you can fly around the world with a cape
Just needs
and just
media.
make it all do it. No, the media doesn't solve these problems. The media might
Yeah, of course it
highlight
does.
them, but it doesn't do anything.
And wait, hold on. When you're highlighting, what do you think is going to happen? Are they going to be able to carry on doing what they're doing?
Yes, because
No.
by the media.
No. Again, what I said to you is, if you've got the media, they can't do nothing. Like, for example, a judge. No one can stop a judge giving a paedophile 1 month, because guess what? We gave that judge that power to give that paedophile 1 month. We gave that power. The judge didn't. The judge can't do nothing that the judge can't do legally. We give him that power to do that. So if our media then reports, hey, you know what, this judge, babes, what was that disgusting judge's name before that you mentioned, the one that Jack Straw can't. Anyway, there was a judge out there.
Yeah,
okay, that I believe is Srini. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Now, if that judge got to have that news be reported that, you know what, this motherfucker here, this piece of shit, don't want to abuse kids. Yeah, watch his watch him flip that fucking reverse switch on that.
Dude, do you know the woman that Joe Biden just recently appointed to the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Do you know how
can't tell what a woman is?
Yeah, no, it's not that she can't tell what a woman is. Do you know how many child sex offenders, she gave very light sentences to?
Yeah, and how many of them have gone out onto the news? And how many now are the news media reporting on the fact that this is the case? Everyone in our circle, we all know. In our circle, we know about it. But you and the other, what was it, 350 million Americans out there, no, they fucking don't. Yeah, and if you're buzzing, if you think that is what they know,
look,
you know what? In chat room, people are still in America going, I don't believe what this Biden laptop is. Bro, what, the Biden laptop? Do you know how old the Biden laptop story is?
Yeah, that was in 2020.
Do you know how old it is? And there's people still in America going, I don't believe what I'm seeing on Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop.
And Joe Biden.
By the way, it's
there's shit on him.
Laptops as well. That's 3 different.
That's what I mean. And from how many years as well, Banksy? The Burisma scandal, the cover up of that people don't know about this. They don't. You tell them and they go, bro, you're a kook. You're like well into your. You're like, all right. You wait until you find out that China's owns your president, your prime minister, your president. What? Yeah, you're kook. You're right.
Again, I think we're going wildly off any
the media needs
realistic
to
solutions.
Be free.
No, but the thing is, you can say the media, but how are you going to do? What's your first actionable step that you're going to take?
Bro, just establish a place where people could just drop off, like how they used to do, and a place where you don't have an editor, where whatever story that you see in that pile that's refreshable on a day-to-day page or want to follow up on, you can click link and then.
Okay, we have a place. I mean, I already promote a social media platform that does that.
Yeah.
Speakers Corner Online. Okay, let's say now we've got this place. Now what?
Okay.
What do we do?
Now just go out there and start spreading your word that this is where you go down, drop your media, and you can pick up media, totally free.
That's what I'm trying to say is, yes, okay, here we go. We got a place, a place that I see as far as I can see. Is it truly a place? At the moment, it's the only place I can trust that I can put stuff on that it's not going to get.
All right, so again, no, we don't need the only place. We need that place. We need that place. The place where, like, I don't want to sound horrible, but if there's an investigator out there that really does want to make the difference in getting a real conviction to a crime, could really sift through that evidence, and it's recorded to him where he's going to get his anonymity preserved until the case is done, and then that's that. What's so hard? What's so hard? And to be brutally honest with you, that we're rewarded to take people to court. You know that, but we need to have a little forefront. Like for example, Tommy Robinson made that great example. Yeah, we could sort this guy out, but we need 400,000. We could take him to court. We could seize his assets, and with the money that we got, we can go for the next one, and we can then start sending the message. This is how we got this one.
But there you go.
No?
Here's the crux of it. You just pointed out. Yeah, we can go and take this guy to court, but we need 400 grand. So then there you're out grifting again with your hand out, begging for cash in order to be able to take this whatever asshole to court. Now, if the police are not going to take him to criminal court, what are you going to do? You're going to sue him in civil court for child
guess what? All right. So if we had the system that I just mentioned, all you got to do is just have a few people passionate enough to make the inquiry or to start their own appeal and to start writing to their own police and say, listen, I've read this in the news. Is this fucking correct? And if it is, I demand this to be reviewed. We have that system. We have that very fucking system in this country. But we don't have the media telling people that, you know what, this MP for so-so constituency is doing these disgusting acts, and when he's getting caught, he's getting away with it. Like, we hear that presidents pardon names. We want names, what they've done, what their original sentence was, and who represented them. Yeah, then watch what happens. That, yo, how did you represent this paedophile, man? You're all alright about it. Yeah. Instead of, oh no, we've got to give him anonymity, but for representing a terrorist that's killed thousands of our people. No.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I find this extremely frustrating.
Yeah, very Orwellian, isn't it?
No, but it's not just that. I mean, I see a lot of rhetoric. I see a lot of what my friend would call nebulous gas, but I don't see any.
What's nebulous gas?
Gas, gas nebula.
I get what's the nebulous.
Well, all this, like we need the media. Like there is no actionable thing that I can see that I can actually any of us could actually take.
What do you need to do
I haven't
first
seen
before
one
action
suggestion
taken?
that is actionable. What is the thing that we can do, the thing that you can try to do to make something happen?
Find out
you can
it's
talk
happening.
about it. To me, this is like corporate
Not
meetings.
talking about it.
They're all meetings, but there's no action. Okay, what is the action here? Where are we gonna go with this? Because I'm saying, okay, let's say Public Annoyance, all his accusations are right. Everything he says is right. He's fuck Tommy. Let's throw him under the bus.
All right, how many people know about this?
Who's gonna stand up to be the replacement? Who's gonna take his place?
Who knows about this?
Who knows about what the Tommy
situation?
Who
knows about Tommy's doing this disgustingness?
Well, the fact is that it doesn't matter even if you expose.
Yeah, no, it does.
No, it doesn't, because what happens is that you're saying that even if Tommy, even if tomorrow you could click your finger and Tommy would disappear, you still don't have any actionable thing that you can do to replace someone, put a replacement for someone like Tommy to then start making real changes in the world. You're still left with the same system, with the same media, with the same politicians, with the same corrupt police and the councillors, and those children are still going to get abused and raped on a daily basis.
So you're saying when you've got a free, transparent media where you can report all these crimes, you're going to say that the police are still going to be able to traffic children? That the assumption you can,
but I mean, the fact is that
politicians will carry on doing what they do without the knowledge of having a smoke screen or like a blackout put out in front of them. You think they're going to be able to do this?
I think that nothing will change. I think that they will carry on as if nothing has even happened, no matter how much of a spotlight you put on them, because I think their position is so entrenched and they're so comfortable with their power that they will not even flinch.
No, they definitely do, Banksy. I'll give like quite a few examples. When it comes to war, public opinion matters. when it comes to putting in laws, public opinion matters. I mean, even in regards to these big test cases that we see that are put up onto news, it's not a coincidence that it then becomes some form of way of getting a new legislation into law. Like, you're being very naive here, even somewhat assuming that news matters, and especially if you've got a very transparent media that people could pick up from that. And if people want to hear opinionated news, then they can go to and find that opinionated news. But to find the news from where its source is, A said A, B said B, is different. We haven't got that. And because we haven't got that, we have lots of people being able to get away with a lot of things knowing they can, because they've got a system where they could just hide right behind. Like for example, secret services, wouldn't be able to be secret services if they weren't given the preservation of getting away with doing dodgy shit. I mean, CIA have said this a million times. Like, the reason why we're secret is because we're not doing legal stuff. We're doing highly illegal stuff, you know? And out of that, we reap the benefit. So, being honest, yeah, of course. And if you've got a place where you can get honest news, how is that not going to benefit the people, Banks?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't see. I see a very, very hopeless type of a situation where you can talk about it. There's a lot of people who like to talk. Very few people who actually want to get up and move. You know, make the actual things happen. I don't see that. I see a lot of people who are willing to take a giant shit on Tommy. And again, I'm not even a massive Tommy fan myself. I'm just saying.
How did Tommy become so popular?
Because he got out into the streets.
Because he's shouting out the one news the Home Office is keeping quiet about, and yet you can't see that connection being made on a mass scale. With, I believe we currently live in 80 or 90 million in England. Do correct me if I'm wrong.
We're 67 million.
Sorry, Mark. Thanks for correcting me. Let's just call that 66 million. Yeah, you're going to tell me that there's not going to be people in that group that are going to want to. There's millions of us. There's just millions that don't know.
No, but there's millions of us, but there's no one who stands up. That's the point. No one wants to get out there. Tommy was in the streets for 10 years before they started to.
He was a bit earlier than that. Well, I remember watching him a lot earlier than 10 years.
What was it? Like, we're talking mid-2000s. I think that the EDL may have been, I don't think it was in the 90s. Definitely not in the 90s. When...
I don't know. I remember him, like, he was in his 20s.
Let me see. There you go. June 27, 2009. That's when the EDL kicked off. So, we're talking...
Yeah, and he was there before that, I believe.
Yeah, but that's officially, I think, when the EDL was I guess formed or something. But either way, it was at least from 2009 till 2015, 16, before anyone started to really take. I mean, they were still calling them Muslimic ray guns. You know that whole saying with Mahatma Gandhi. They first laugh at you. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. And in all honesty, I saw that. Winning, I guess, is a bit questionable. But what I can tell you for sure is that they started literally in that same pattern. The media tried to ignore them. Then they started to laugh at them by calling them Muslimic ray gangs. You know, that whole Muslimic ray gang thing that came out. And then they started fighting them because they wouldn't go away. Because the EDL just simply wouldn't go away. And they just got bigger and bigger and more popular. So then the media attacks came and they started to destroy Tommy's life. And they basically went after anyone that was part of the EDL and started destroying their lives. I would presume the government seriously does come for you, dude. There you
go. You said it. Look, the media seriously comes for you.
But yeah,
Why
because
did they seriously come for Tommy? Because the rest of the media group abided by them rules, and Tommy chose not to. Now, I'm not hating on Tommy for taking an ethical stance, but what I'm saying is that you took that stance. You knew that this thing exists, bro. Like, it's like me worrying about the guy that volunteers for the Ukrainian soldier and dies. Tough shit. Tough shit. What were you expecting there, bro? What did you expect the Russians to fire roses at you or something? What was it? Pillows? Were they gonna fire pillows at you with fluffy fucking I love you signs on it? No. No. This happened. You knew this. This happened. Everyone's spending millions of pounds on these lawyers, and you want to start? Yeah, great. No one's telling you not to start. No one's saying thank you for fucking sacrificing yourself. But bro, this happened. And then to top it up, we find out that the broken promises he made outside the Old Bailey, guys, I get it. You know, a lot of people think I'm, doing a lot of dodgy stuff. So from now on, I'm going to be 100% transparent. I'm going to let everyone know what's going on, where every penny, and then he doesn't do that. People forget this.
Yeah, I think from the time
why was it he had to make that statement? Because people were asking him. Why? Because people are not seeing what's going with the victim. That literally, it made me sick towards the end, Banksy. The woman's leaving the fucking house. Yeah, all right. He's out of 4 families. He's looked after 1. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. At least for looking after that one, because you really didn't have any obligations to look after that one as well. I get that part. I'm glad that thank you very much for looking. But the other 3, thanks very much. Their lives are fucking back into shit's corner. Like as if these people are having holidays in Mallorca and living a good life anyway.
No, the thing
but
is,
it's alright. Tommy's coke fund was getting topped up at the time. Look, yeah. No one wants to talk about that, no?
No, look, all I'm saying is, for me, I don't see anyone else manning up. I see everyone else sitting in the... I mean, most people who even want to shit about...
You're not allowed to man up about it, Manny.
No, you are. No one is willing
to
do it. Of course you are. Who says you're not allowed to get up and
go
Daily
out Mail knows, and they cannot publish it. Banksy, listen, I'm not going to give too much information. I know of a person that has got a test case that's presented to her, and guess what? She can't talk about it. She can't, mate. You know what she's got to do? She's got to shut the fuck up. She can't tell her mother, man.
No, you can't tell.
She can't tell her mother.
Court cases that
how's
are
Tommy
ongoing.
Fucking telling her?
No, it's nothing to do.
How's Tommy telling?
It's not that you can't talk about court cases that are ongoing, but you can talk about cases that have never even gone to court. You guys, most of the people who want to shit on Tommy's work have never been to Telford, have never been to Rochdale. Have you ever been to Rochdale? Have you ever been to Telford?
Home Office was what was issuing them laws. The Home Office. That's the reason why everyone was quite stunned when Tommy was whipped into prison from there. Because guess what? It's the Home Office. They could, mate, they just got to scratch on a bit of paper and get a couple of people to agree. Boy, you're in there, man. And he knows this. You want the glory, great. But if the collateral comes, bro, sorry. Shit happens. And then when you find out that he's got more nefarious reasons, and you start hearing other rumors, and you visually see him being racist. When he came in, he weren't, and then the other videos come out of him being in the Zionist group and like swearing allegiance, and then him coming out with, oh, you know what? If England and Israel had a war, ban England, I'll be in Israel like in no time. What? You're what? A patriot, you fucking dickhead.
But the thing is, again, Hassan,
who the fuck are you?
You're conflating the Tommy situation with a different group of people, because again. My main central point is no one else has manned up to say I will do what Tommy hasn't done, or I will do what Tommy can't do or won't do.
Tommy's done nothing.
Well,
that's what
that's
Tommy's done.
You honestly think he's done absolutely nothing? So all
Bro,
of the
he's
scandals
done nothing.
of the grooming gangs coming out would have come out if Tommy wasn't involved. Right?
They knew.
All the grooming
Tommy,
gang,
listen, media knew of this. What were you making it sound like? Tommy told the media that this is going on.
But the fact is that
right,
Tommy forced the media to expose it, because if Tommy and people like Tommy were not forcing the situation, the media would have just sat on it as always. They've always done. They did it for 30 years.
They sorted it.
Look,
Hassan,
the Sikhs have been crying about this since the 90s. In fact, since the 80s. There's a documentary about it. The Shire of Punjab. And in 30 years, nobody... What do you mean what's sorted? Hundreds of cases have now come out. Hundreds of cases, thousands of abuse cases have now come out.
Rapes wouldn't have been solved in that.
No, hundreds of people have gone to court. Thousands of cases have now been revealed. At least that's happened. Whilst
this is happening all the time. Again,
for you to sit back, sit in your armchair and pretend as if you're doing something towards this.
They're using these laws to shut people up. That's the problem. Not the Muslims. That's the problem. That instrument that they're using is the problem. The ability to tell people to shut the fuck up. Not, bro. You take that ability away, get people to talk, and see who's got the balls to do what, bro. Let's see how big your balls are, bro. Walk down to that girl's house and see if you can do what to her. Go on. Especially we know that you go down to that house. Go on, now go on. Go walk down there and see what the fuck happens, motherfucker. Especially when we know what's going on in that house. Go on.
Yeah, but who went down there to expose what's going on at that house?
Yeah, now again, the government had told the other media people to shut the fuck up, because guess what? They calculated wrong, like they calculated million of other.
Well, if the media told them
again,
to shut
I'm
up,
not saying
Tommy didn't, then we need some people like Tommy who will not obey the government's calling.
But
you're saying that
Tommy's the guy that we need. Tommy's the guy that we need.
No, you still want to stand there. We need people like him, and right now I don't see anyone else.
We've got loads of people like him.
I don't see anyone else stepping up. Where are they?
We've got loads of people.
Where
again,
are they?
They're not getting funded by like your Jordan Petersons, okay, that come out of the fucking blue, that again are backing these people. Again, the Avi Yemenis, is Banksy, very plainly simple, marketed for that purpose.
Look, mate.
We've got police officers that deal with rape. We've got police officers that deal with abuse. Who's not doing something about it again? Remind me. The ones that are told not to. Okay? By who? Government. Telling me this to shut their fucking mouth, and to push on.
Look, mate. Look, I don't mind. I don't care who it is. I'm not precious about the individual.
I do.
No, I'm not. I'm not, because I think that is where you're hung up on, is that who is the one who's screaming out and bringing out the message versus what is that message? Is that message getting out? Is the work being done? If the work is being done, then I don't honestly care who's the person who's
even not getting done, though.
But the work has been far more than
Tommy
it has
phoned
been in
up the
decades.
police. Tommy phoned up the police and said, "Listen, I've just kicked the hornet's nest. They're all coming around here. They're all causing trouble to the people." What did the police officer say? Yeah, right, yeah, don't worry, yeah, okay, bye.
But at least this was publicized. The fact that you even know about the fact that he's kicked the hornet's nest is far more better than not knowing anything about it whatsoever.
Are you bigging this up?
Yes,
are you bigging this up?
Because at least we now know that those people exist. That these people are threatening other people. So you would be better not knowing about this. So you would be better off that those people
are you better that
carried on suffering in Telford and never know about this.
Are you happy that them 4 families went through fucking hell, knowing that nothing was going to happen? Knowing that nothing's going to happen.
No,
knowing
things
this
are
outcome.
happening now.
Let me
These
just
people
stop.
are getting
No.
exposed.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
Okay, then so it would
Knowing
be better to let future
happen.
children get
you're right.
abused and groomed in Telford, because those 4 families, we can't put those 4 families under in any distress, but let's have thousands of other children for years to come from now to get abused and groomed in Telford, because God forbid 4 families might get stressed, right? Is that your choice?
Mate, they're not just being 4 families. These people have been told to stop anyway. They're being put on. It's the police that are being beat. These 4 families are the ones that are just cannon fodder, bro. No, it's like they're the whipping tools. But bro,
the fact is,
you know when you say the fact that is what's happening to them, bro. And you're telling me that this reporter, responsible reporter, knowing that nothing's gonna happen to this family, knowing nothing's gonna happen.
So nothing happened to that family then?
What? But wait, hold on. What? Nothing happened to them, man. He even said it. He only took one of the 4 out of there, and literally, like, you could blatantly tell he did that out of, you know what, I'm gonna look a proper cunt if I don't do this, and that was it. That was it.
So did the other 4
that was
families
it. The other
blown up?
The other 3, from my understanding, they've been terrorized enough for them to warrant police coming out there. They've been terrorized enough to be in fear of their life. That, according to them, according to the report.
But you don't seem to realize.
What's he done for them?
You don't seem to realize.
No, you don't seem to realize, bro. You don't seem to.
No.
They were going through that, not you.
Yes, no, but you don't seem to realize.
And not Tommy.
That
Tommy
the
was.
mere fact that in Telford, if you talk about grooming gangs, your house is going to get bombed and you're going to be terrorized, is in itself value. That we now know what kind of town Telford is and what kind of police service Telford has. That is highlighting what Telford is about. But you don't.
Sorry,
you would
no,
rather
that's everywhere.
to shut the
Banksy.
fuck up
That is
and suffer in
No,
silence
not every.
for years to
No,
come.
not suffering in silence. No, not suffering in silence.
Well, then do what?
No.
Well, then, okay, then
what's
your
again,
alternative
he had
to
that
what Tommy
opportunity
did?
to do. Wait, hold on. You're telling me that he could have picked one that was secluded to just the one group.
Okay,
and started off there.
You tell me
these people have got this money.
Alternative solution.
These people had the money to bust around in BMWs and own solicitor firm.
Okay, you tell me what would
take
be
them
the
to court
steps
and
you
use
would
your
have
money
taken?
more. Well, I would have took them to court and then made sure the money that I seized off them that I would start putting back into infrastructure.
How would you take the?
I just said to you by raising that money that Tommy's already getting that them kind of donation back then when he had the opportunity the first time round. Until he started to squander it down.
When you start taking those gangster Pakistani men to court, and I don't know how you would take them to court for rape, because that's a criminal charge and only the Crown can do that. You can't as a civilian take people to court.
You fucking can, bro.
No,
the civil,
not
you
for
can bring the
criminal.
civil.
Yes, for civil court.
Yes, you fucking.
Criminal.
You can go civil to mate. Yes,
rape
and you can bring a civil
charge.
case for
how are you going to bring a civil charge for rape?
Bro, yes, you can. Yeah, you could bring a civil case. It's going to cost you some money. And the chance of it as well, that the CPS will pick it up, is a good 90% as well.
But then they'll go,
you know what?
Families
We're going to
in danger.
No, you're not.
You're exposing them. Because
no, you're not. You can take them out.
Protecting them?
Yeah, you can take them out.
Exactly.
What is it? A year and a half thing. The money. Hold on. No, he ain't. How the fuck did Tommy do this, bro? Are you fucking delusional?
The Pakistanis.
No, did he take them out?
Retaliated.
Did he take them out?
By attacking the families that spoke
out. Bro.
And
no. You said, how would I do it? And you're going, how is that different to what Tommy's? They're a million of miles different, bro. Are you mad?
So you're saying to me that
the guy kicked the Hornets there.
If you start going after those Pakistanis, those Pakistanis wouldn't attack the victims' families.
Starting from the top, yeah. And he even said that was the option that was available to him. Yeah, remember that bit as well.
When did he say that?
He said that in the beginning of when he went up to Telford, when he was standing there in front of I believe it was a doorway or some place with a white building behind of it. Can't remember exactly, but I do remember him saying on the opening speech that, you know what, there's two ways that you can go about this. We can go about it by taking these people to court. All right, it's going to cost them, I believe it's 300 and something to 400 and something pounds. And yeah, why don't you do that? And then you could get possession on their shit, and then get the snowball rolling. So until you've crushed them. Once they've got no houses and once they've got no places and cars to pick these people up in, well, guess what? They ain't gonna groom shit, bro. And the money you've got, guess what? Thank you very much. I'll house these, get the ESA money off them, and then move on to rescue some more. Thank you.
I don't actually buy this because every time Tommy has gone to civil court,
better to do cocaine though, isn't it?
No, the fact is, every time he's gone to civil court, he's lost badly. The court system in this country has persistently been against him. So you're telling me that Tommy Robinson suing some Pakistani,
I remember a time when
Telford is going to win a civil court. He's not going to win a civil.
I remember a time when Tommy. I was there when Tommy won that one.
Which
I was there. We were at the old Bailey. The first time he went there, he won that one.
Which one?
He won that one.
Which court case did he win?
The old. Oh, like if you can't keep up with the first Old Bailey case that he went to. All right, go back to that one. And then
are you talking about when he went to? I think it was Leeds, and outside the courtroom, and he was not supposed to.
Old Bailey,
and they arrested him.
Old Bailey.
Yeah, but they arrested him. But that because the Old Bailey case was based on when they arrested him and took him to prison. And they said it was unlawful that they shouldn't have gone straight to prison without even seeing his lawyer, because his solicitor was on his way to the court, and they turned around and told Tommy, your solicitor isn't coming. That's the one that was overturned in the Old Bailey, that he was wrongfully imprisoned for that. But he still had to go to court and then be jailed for the fact that he reported on an ongoing case when there was a media blackout put on it. You're just saying
it. Exactly.
Yeah. But the time, because the judge at the time outside of that court where he was reporting when he wasn't supposed to.
You're saying why he went to. You're saying why he went. So they got their paperwork right,
no,
and then
the only time
got the charges put on him properly.
No, the only time he got any kind of positive result from the Old Bailey.
I was there. Banksy. I was in the Old Bailey.
Wrongful imprisonment without him having seen his solicitor. That was the only time that the justice system worked for Tommy. Beyond that one time, he has been imprisoned and prosecuted every time.
Well,
the civil court with the Syrian boy was the final one. Was the last one where he had to declare bankruptcy because they wanted £250,000.
But weren't bankrupt.
Well, they wanted £250,000 from him, and in order for him to not pay it, he had to be bankrupt. So that's what he declared.
Yeah, whatever he did on that one.
But whatever he did, he did it so that he doesn't have to pay that Syrian guy, kid, £250,000.
I'm not.
Well, I think with court costs, we're talking well over £300,000. I would imagine. Probably maybe even closer to £4. So £500,000 almost. He wasn't going to pay £500,000 to a Syrian refugee. Let's be honest. That's Tommy Robinson we're talking about. In fact, I don't think any right-minded person would ever do that. So of course he's going to figure out ways to declare.
Yeah, but some right-minded person would pick on someone of that age and stature.
Well, I mean, whether you think he was correct in actually accusing the child.
Yeah, you're right.
Is a different.
You'll be advocating for under 16-year-olds to be approached by grown-ass men.
The thing is, in that particular case, if you're talking about that case, that boy who actually pushed the Syrian boy, his whole family had to leave that town as well because they were getting death threats. They were getting rocks through their window, and the child, the boy, also another child, although having to be a white child, was being persecuted and harassed and.
Oh, is that the angle that you got?
No.
That's the angle.
That's
and
what
you
happened.
You didn't get the angle where the white guy started this, and then
Well,
the Syrian guy pushed back. It wasn't that,
what
was
I'm
it?
trying to tell you
That he was
is what
picking
I'm,
on the girl.
no, what
That wasn't the story, was it?
That the story was, and this is the story that I know, is that Syrian boy was actually bullying a girl, and these boys retaliated against him because of the fact that he was bullying a girl. But the media spun it as some white racist boys picking on a poor Syrian boy, and that white family was horrifically.
And you think that the international community should get involved with school?
The fact is, the international news got involved. The world news, that thing went viral.
Well, again, who got that involved?
The fact is,
I've
seen people get. When I was a child, I saw people get bullied 1,000 times worse than that Syrian kid, and they didn't get hundreds of thousands of pounds in donations, if not millions in donations. A free lawyer to go and sue Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson was the only person in that whole movement that openly stood up for the family of the white kid.
I am never going to support a person that had a great opportunity and sniffed it up and then cries about it.
No, look,
tough fucking shit.
I'm not saying that situation with the Syrian kid I would say I think Tommy potentially made the wrong call. He shouldn't have gone after the Syrian boy. He should have just simply highlighted that this white family are also now being heavily persecuted by the false allegations that these boys were just white racists and all of that. He should have maybe exposed that, but not gone after and say, oh, this kid was a liar, and try to basically...
Maybe he should have just left the schoolyard alone, yeah? Maybe he should have just left the schoolyard alone.
The fact is, it was international news. The Mail on Sunday.
But again, who made it? Who made it international?
Yeah,
who made it?
The mainstream media. The mainstream media.
Who's the one who initially reported it, Banksy, man?
What do you mean? This was on Twitter and on YouTube and just social media reported it. It had nothing to do with Tommy.
My apologies. I take that back. I thought it was Rebel News that got a hold of that one and made that a big story. My apologies. I take that back.
It was all right. Social media. It was first recorded by one of the kids on their phone and then posted onto social media, and then the mainstream media picked up on it, and it just went wildfire. It went crazy. I mean, to be honest with you, it was a nothing burger. I've seen kids, as I say, bullied 100 times worse than that, and nothing has ever come of it. And nobody, because I lived, I was going to school way before even fucking mobile phones were around, let alone social media. So back in the day, we used to bully the shit. Kids used to get bullied the shit out of, and no one gave a fuck, and no one even half the time, no one even heard about it. No one even knew
how
many times kids are getting beaten up.
You could have bullied shit in our school, man. You'd get fucked up, bro. You get fucked up by everyone. You think I'm joking around? It was like no one needed to bully no one in my school, bro. And I was brought up in a North London school, kid. Yeah, like bullies. What is it? Bullies. 10 bullies in the whole school. You got 400 kids versus 10 people. Are you fucking mad, bro?
Are you kidding me? Are you saying that?
That's all you need to.
10 people.
You're mad, bro.
No one ever had a fight at school. You never had
we had loads of fights in school. And trust me when I say that. Yeah, and you know what would happen? They'd both get hurt, and no one would be bullying no one, bro. You knew your opponent's gonna scratch you up as well. I'm telling you.
Pick on little kids.
I'm telling you, bro. You got that in our school, bro. Trust me when I say that. You got someone come up to you and swipe you on the side of your face with a punch. My school, yeah. In Highgate Wood, secondary school, I'm telling you this now, bro. You couldn't go around bullying shit, bro. You couldn't go around bullying shit. I'll tell you what you could do in Highgate Wood. If someone got into your business, you could beat the shit out of him. And that's about it. And then he's going to be your bitch.
No, I mean,
that's what's going to happen.
The fact is that when I grew up in Iran, you had to fight. You had no choice. If you didn't fight, you become someone's bitch. In England, I had the same mentality. When I went to school, people used to call out shit. I mean, it was only a handful of times, but anyone who did, we'd start a fight, we'd settle it, and usually...
be best friends.
I mean, I myself didn't get directly bullied because I just punch the fucker in the face, and a fight
That's
would
it.
erupt, and that's it, and it would end, and then usually, you know, that person will leave you alone, because it doesn't matter even if you get beaten up. You don't have to win the fight. You just have to fight, because they know that the next time they fuck with you, they're going to be rolling on the floor with you again. So.
And they're going to have to go home and explain how their shirt got messed up.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They have to go and explain how their clothes look all fucked up. Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Exactly. I also did that too. But nevertheless, that was the policy.
They weren't bullying though, man.
No, I
never understood. You know the worst bullying I see nowadays is on Twitter. I swear to God, I see now real bullying. Like, you know, you're this, and a million kids know that you got bucktooth, bro. Before, at the worst case, 6 people are gonna know that you were told that you got called Bucky, bro. 6 people on Twitter now. One post, yeah. Susie's shagging, whatever. Post, bang, and that kid's life's over. Now I see bullying, but back in my day, man, you weren't gonna bully what, bro? Come down, man. Let's see what happens in 1 punch, 2 punch. That guy ain't gonna bully you no more, man. And next time you see him bullying someone else, you go, bro, you want to stop bullying them and all, you know. That's all it was.
Okay.
That's all it was. I never got that. But in my school we got bullied, bro. Like, what school did you go to, cuz? Man, you just scrap on the floor like a bunch of kids, man.
Yeah.
That's what you did with bullies.
We got Public Annoyance back. Sorry, mate. I just noticed.
Hello, mate. Can I just quickly interrupt? Yeah, it's completely separate. 2 people have just been timed out for no reason in your channel. Athena has been timed out, and so has Mandy Mosley. I want to know what's going on.
I'd be honest, Jupiter. Please don't get too. I noticed it now. I've actually I tried to unban you, but it's not banned, but it's like timed out. But the problem is I can't stop the timeouts. Yeah, guys who are admins, please take it easy. Unless I mean, try not to publicly personally attack each other. But yeah, just take it easy with the banning.
Wait, help me. Tell us who timed these 2 out, please, because this is quite telling for what's going on.
I don't see who are the people that you're saying that got Athena.
Mosley and Athena.
Yeah, they've all been timed out. Unfortunately, I can't change the timeout.
Mods out off, man.
You know who mods out off. Could you tell us who timed them out?
Yeah, it's Jupiter. I'm sorry.
You've just been busted.
Take it easy.
What's the problem, Public Annoyance? 3 of you were
Why
going at one
person. Why are you finding out 2 people in there,
There's 3 of you were going at one
person.
person.
You not debate? No. Moon has been attacking anyone that speaks.
I've been watching you. I've been watching Athena, and I've been watching Mandy. And after your last comments, I now realise what's going on.
Because we're talking about Tommy Robinson. There we go. Triggered. You're triggered because you can't debate. You're butter because we're talking about Tommy Robinson. The chat is there for public to see. People can see.
You want to debate? You want to debate? Go on then.
You're one-sided. You're not open-minded. You're trapped with the TR movement. You can't escape it.
Ralph.
I'm not asking you to support Ralph. You're just throwing. Where did that come from? Who said that I want you to support Ralph?
Ain't you? Mods on Ralph's channel.
I don't know who Ralph is. I've never spoken to Ralph.
Yeah?
What delusion are you? You just sound like bloody Danny Roscoe.
If that's what she just told me in the chat about an hour ago.
So you deleted her so she can't answer then?
No.
Right, what? Are you comments? That's what comments do.
You were attacking Moon.
You not support.
She was attacking Moon, and so was Mandy Mosley.
No. I was asking questions about Moon. Has she been around Team Tommy? Anyway. And she called me out as that
anyway, because of the fact that you're all Clanwell trying to pretend that you don't know what's been going on.
You've been slagging us off all day on your live stream, so don't give me that.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
all day, where?
I'm still yet to watch back on that. You haven't mentioned anything about the atrocities that have been said by Helga and Ginger Tony today. Why is that, Hel? What's that?
Because I haven't seen them.
You haven't seen them, but we've told you how many times about in the past of the threats and people turning up to shut people down. You're not even bothered looking into it because you're not interested.
You're the one threatening Moon last night. No one else.
You went back on the stream between me and Mandy.
No one else.
Can I speak? Jukes, can I speak?
You were acting last like Haley and Den Terragon.
I think you're triggered, darling. When you can't handle a debate, that's when you have to
I
use your
can't
power to shut
understand
people down.
anybody that's a
That's
grown man
authoritarian. That's a
goes
commie
onto
act
a
to do,
panel
Dukes.
to
And you just
ask
didn't call it out.
why he got timed out. And can you tell me why my two little friends got timed out?
Listen to you, Dukes. You need to listen to yourself, darling. You're really triggered.
You need to listen to
You're
yourself.
speaking out about Tommy
You need to
Robinson,
listen to
and you've just
yourself.
been busted live on stream.
Busted for what? Liking Tommy Robinson?
Acting like a commie because you're not liking the fact we're talking out about
Acting
the
like
people
a commie?
so
You mean
dearly
acting like a
praise.
fascist?
Do. Go
You
and
mean
cry me a
acting like a
river.
fascist, yeah? Authoritarian. Taking
Well, you're the
control.
one that's taking the
Timing
power
you
by
out,
blocking people from
yeah?
freedom of
Taking
speech.
the power away from you, you little commie. Is that what you mean?
Smoke and mirrors, darling.
Yeah, smokes and mirrors, exactly. Where's your fucking evidence, mate?
Did I block anyone, darling? Am I an admin on this chat? No,
Go
you did.
and get your
Don't call
evidence
me
of
what
all the
you just
claims
done.
that you've made.
Those that accuse
You
and
know
all the
who
ones
you
that
sound
accuse.
like?
Wow,
You know
here
who
we
you
go,
sound
people.
like? Ali
Those who shut
Dawa, when he
down,
said,
most are high.
guess what? Nick Griffin told me.
Gibbs, can I
That's what
remind
you
you?
sound like. Nick Griffin told me. That's what Ali
Okay,
Dawa said. Nick
what's
Griffin
that got
told
to
me
do
Tommy
with me?
Robinson's worth a
What's
million.
that got to? What's that
Now
got
we've
to do with
Public
you blocking
Annoyance
people
coming
from
on,
speaking in the chat?
coming on,
Gibbs,
all the extremists are telling me he's worth 45 million plus. We're supposed to believe ethno-nats like you, yeah?
I'm not an ethno-nat. Where's that come from?
Ain't you?
You're throwing projections and accusations without
Well,
no proof, darling.
all your friends are. If you're not an ethno-nat, what are
My
you then?
friend, who's my friends, Gibbs? You don't even know who I am, darling.
I don't want to know who you are. Don't call me darling.
I'm not asking. Oh.
Don't try
All right,
talking
what
down
do
to me.
you only do what most people do. I ain't like most people, by the way. I don't go by names that are abusive. I used to work on the market trade.
You do like
Normally
most
friends with me
people. I don't think you do though. I don't think you do though, because you're a smearman.
So you feel that you have the power to decide whether to shadow ban someone from chatting freely on a free speech platform?
Shadow ban. I gave her 300 fucking seconds. What's wrong with that?
So you have the power to decide that, then, do you?
Yeah, because I am actually a mod, and I don't
so
overuse my mod.
So you're above everyone else in that chat because you're a mod.
Going at one woman just because she won't agree with their point of view, I have to
No.
who really
Moon goes on your streams on a laptop looking for information because anyone that speaks out against Team Tommy, and I'm just asking questions, and you don't like it because you haven't got the control on your live stream. Like you muted me on the first times I tried to do your streams. Funny on Wendy's, first time on Wendy's, I could speak. Same phone, same device.
This ain't my live stream.
No, it ain't. That's why I'm able to speak. Exactly.
Yeah, we do talk over people. Yeah, you have to be muted. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do it when you first let me on the live stream and not let me speak because you muted me.
You've been called out. You've got a very serious issue. Get to speak. Not only did you get to speak, we also said to Manny that we knew that the person that they were looking to speak to. Not only that, we also told you that Manny was looking for you. So don't try and make out us silent your free speech.
They come to me direct on our YouTube channel. In fact, my comment will still be on their bloody stream.
Yes, I did on a live, unfortunately. On a live,
I'm going to
unfortunately.
screenshot my very first contact I ever had, and I'm going to post it on my channel to prove you wrong as a liar. I have received
on my live stream. I said, Manny's come on my
proven to be a liar so many times.
You've got a very serious issue, dude, and you're butthurt because you don't like people speaking out about your messiah, Tommy Robinson. Boom, boom, boom. You've been busted up.
What the fuck? What the
Go and
fuck?
get that moon and do get a theory, get as much dirt on me, then let's go on live and let's have a proper debate.
I don't believe you, mate. I don't believe you.
I don't believe people that use banning and blocking people as freedom of speech.
What do you mean? You only got timed out for a few seconds to cool down?
I think it's Mandy Mosley.
Thomas is not lying, is he?
You ain't been blocked. You ain't been blocked. Athena
you timed them out because you didn't like the question they were asking. And you wonder why this country has got rapers and groomers. Because you don't let people speak freely.
Guys,
because you don't like their questions.
Can I just make a statement as this is kind of my stream? My general policy is for the admins. That is, if you are an admin, I kind of do this very with a trusted sense that you will only do it to people that are spamming and that are generally breaking YouTube's terms of service, not my terms of service. My general policy, and this is I try to convey this to all my admins, is you let every conversation take place. Only the ones that YouTube are going to get us in trouble with YouTube, or people who just spam and just ruin the side chat. I am not here to moderate, or I don't really care whether 3-on-1, whether it's 4-on-1, whether it's 10-on-1. I honestly don't. This is text chat. If you are so thin-skinned that you are unable to withstand some people writing text to you, and by the way, you can actually block those individuals on an individual basis, then I'll be honest, this is not the show for you. If you are that thin-skinned that you can't take text conversations and I don't know, back and forths or whatever, then this is not the show for you. This is not the panel for you. This is not the text chat for you. I've tried to make this very clear. You come here at your own risk, and as they say in boxing, protect yourself at all times. If you want to block someone for yourself, go ahead and do that, but the general chat will remain open for everyone as long and as free as possible.
Everything I heard about Banksy has been completely wrong, and I'm going to apologise for having that in my mind. I've been listening to too many streams of Jupiters and Wendy's. That's the problem. All I hear is bitchy.
Me and Banksy are close.
Look, I know in future to your streams.
You got that one, mate. Use little instigator.
You just don't like the fact
you got that one wrong, mate.
And you blocking people because you don't like the truth. Truth hurts, and you just proved it.
Sorry, Banksy.
No, it's fine. It's just that I've always tried to maintain that philosophy. I mean, when I say I actually do follow the principles of free speech. I really do follow the principles of free speech. And I just tell people, you have the facilities to block an individual for yourself. And if you don't want to see their text, you can do that, and they'll be completely invisible to you. And for you as an individual, you can go ahead and do that. But my general chat is just going to remain as open as I can possibly have it, given the structures and the boundaries of YouTube, because unfortunately
you allow threats.
Well, what I'm saying is, if those threats, as I say, if they violate YouTube's rules, then yeah, I can't allow it, because it's not my. Ultimately, I have to abide by YouTube's rules, which are above my rules. So I would allow it if it was my platform, but it's not my platform. This is YouTube, so YouTube doesn't allow threats, and if YouTube doesn't allow threats, then we have no choice. We have to block people who make direct threats.
Stop lying now, Jupiter.
We've got the screenshots of what was said.
But yeah, so I have a record of everything that was said here, because even if you block someone, their text is still available to me. But to be honest, I can't sit and go through the whole text.
I'm asking him what he wants me to time out for. What's your problem with that, Public?
But you did you timed people out because you didn't like the questions that have been asked. The truth hurts you, and you've just proved that.
No, I timed you out because you were 3-on-1.
I never got timed out. It wasn't me that got timed out.
Don't mind that.
I never got timed out. I've come online because you timed 2 people out. I never got timed out.
Yeah, you did. I timed you out. I timed Athena out, and I timed Mandy out.
I've not been timed out. I've been
able to
kill streams.
You timed me out because has she been around Team Tommy? I've asked the same question and not got an answer because she keeps deflecting and calling me out as being hurt or crying. I'm not crying. I'm just asking simple questions. You just come on this live stream, giving it all the big one, mouthing off, now making out that we're putting threats in that chat. That chat has been recorded, screenshotted, and you've just been called out, darling.
Okay, then tell me, who did I say made a threat?
You just did imply that even if they're
no, I didn't. I said you allow threats.
Yeah, again, you're implying it. Yeah, again, you're implying.
And I hope when the comments have gone through, any threats that were made, that person will be challenged.
Right, can you tell me one threat that was made? Can you tell me one threat that was made? And we'll deal with this right now.
And then you go back. Look.
Well, you know what threat because you turned it out. 1, 2.
No. I've seen someone write, "Don't make threats towards me." I've seen someone write that.
So you just instantly block without looking into it.
Yeah.
And you just
no, I told you what I blocked.
I just asked you what threats were made, and you can't answer me. Now you're
Banksy's fault. It's giving her the mod status, man. Tell Banksy all this.
I trust people.
I blocked because.
No, you got to not, man. Especially the monkeys, Banksy, bro.
I trust adults to be adults.
They're not adults, man. Did you see this one dance, bro? He don't even look human, man. I'm an okay.
Look. You see. That's where you fuck with me there, Hassan. You start having wars in my shit, and then my shit gets caught up in it, and then I have to try and clean the shit up.
I love it.
That's where you fuck up my life. I'm trying to have a peaceful fucking life. I'm an old man trying to live a peaceful fucking life, and then you come and fuck up my shit.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry about it. Throw a scud rocket and then walk away. Hey, you do it.
You literally are throwing a spanner in my fucking shit here. Why are you fucking up my shit?
Sorry, bro. We've got love, and that's another thing as well. We've got to seriously start uniting. As much as we hate each other sometimes, like when it comes to child safety, man, like, I don't know anyone that wants to go against that.
This is the irony here, that I see all these people in conflict with each other, but in reality, we have the greater fight, which is the fight against establishment, which everyone in this forum, in all the forums that I've seen, is completely against. And yet we are so busy squabbling amongst each other that we don't even. Sorry, Public.
The reason is because they don't want Tommy Robinson to be forgotten about. They don't want a new movement. That's why they're using their power to shut down people that are speaking out. It's quite simple. That's why we are struggling to get a group of people together to do something for this country. Oh no, Tommy's the one. Tommy is Tommy. Yeah, what has he done in the last 10 years? How many victims has he actually?
Anne-Marie was shouting about female victims in a certain class. We have had them come through the ranks.
Far right activists amongst that. Butler.
Understand that? Right, there's always an Achilles heel.
Waters, though, aren't we? Get that one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? This political divide causing this bullshit. People can't drop this political divide.
But for me personally, Public Annoyance, you make a good point, but you don't have anything. You don't seem to have anything that you want to implement.
You're making it personal.
And you want to say another thing as well,
right, so all you want
there's another reason why it's impossible to unite, because there's so many religious parties here that have got their own sanctions that they want through as well. Like, this is another thing that stops us. Like, just in our track, stops us. Because the minute we go, right, we all want it, they go, oh, but we don't see that as child abuse. You're like, what? No, we don't.
End of the day, okay. Abuse is abuse, and a crime is a crime. That's how you got to look at it. Look at it in different situations. It's like looking at people as religion and skin colour. It's just as bad. It's divisional. It's
or even as marital status. Public. I don't want to sound horrible. You a 14-year-old not married, not raped. Married, it's not rape now. Huh? But it's the same. No, it's because she's married now.
Rape is rape.
Rape is rape. That's basically. It's irrelevant if a Muslim or
marriage.
If a girl got raped by a grooming gang or got raped by a paedophile, does it make it different for that girl that got raped?
No. It does. What's important is the sentencing and the treatment that victim gets. That's
whoever sentence that captivated and put to the gulag should be hung. In my opinion,
that's it.
No matter who it is, what religion it is. And this country is never going to unite when we're looking at one kind of rape over another rape. And then the fact is, no power that's going to implement this correctly.
Hold on, that's not what we're doing, though. That's not what we're doing.
But no, you want it the way Tommy wants it. That's the problem, Duke. You can't let go of that Tommy stuff.
it's got to be a Muslim
What do you
that
mean?
we got to hate
Because
on.
I
It's got
agree
to.
with
This is only
you
about grooming.
when it comes to grooming
Rape
gang.
is rape. If you had a daughter that was raped by a white man,
Right.
would it be
Or
worse?
any
Or
other
would it be
colour.
the same?
No, it'd be the fucking same. It's rape. But the difference
Exactly.
is there's
So
a
why
different
are we
modus
looking at this
operandi.
different
There's no
situation
difference,
on
man.
religion?
What difference am I not calling, man? What difference, man?
You're being very segregational.
Am I
Rape
allowed to
is
make my
rape.
point? Am I allowed to make
Yeah,
my
Yeah,
point?
please,
ورحمة
yeah,
الله
go on.
give her a
وبركاته.
minute. Give her a minute.
Sahaftulkum, like we say in Algeria, which means I hope you had.
So there is a difference in the modus operandi, number one. And number two, there is a group of people that work actively hard to pretend that we shouldn't be looking at them because they're only a small minority. Just ignore them. Let them carry on doing what they're doing. No, ain't going to happen.
The same group of
Who's
people
saying that?
speaking out
Who's
about
saying
raping.
that?
Oh,
Who's saying that?
that's another projection.
Inadvertently, you.
No, no one is.
Inadvertently, that's what you.
No, no one is. No,
Right, so
all I'm saying is, I don't want to sit here. Okay, going right. You know, this person's been raped. Let me put this one in a special type of category that we've got to wait for that police for. No, I want this has happened. Man, let's deal with it. Mate, I don't give a fuck if it was 4 guys from Twickenham and 4 guys from Mumbai. I don't give a fuck. I just want to know that we get 8 convictions, man. That's what I want to know. And that the treatment for the victim is dealt for, and the sentences that them 8 cunts get is going to be sufficient enough for me to never see them again. That's it.
Absolutely.
Right, so
I don't care.
A girl presents herself. Hold on. Walk with me. A girl presents herself. She's been raped. They ask for a description of the attacker. The description matters. They ask her where it happened. Where it happened matters because they need to go and look for the evidence. They ask for the local community.
Give her a minute.
That if they see anything, because that helps with the conviction. Okay. Now on those 3 counts already, we're not allowed. The minute you start saying that it's somebody of colour, there's an issue because the police are scared of being called racist. The minute you start saying where it happened, there's an issue because the police are scared of being called Islamophobe. The minute that you start asking the local community, they all go quiet because they want to cover it up. This is the problem that we got. Now, I'm not saying
not the fact, not the fact that government has decided to put all of these people in the same place, then expect that if something like this were to erupt, that they can't foresee that problem. And no, you don't want to listen. I've sat there, I've listened. Sat there and I've listened. And what I'm saying is that this is government. This is government. This ain't a bod on the road.
So you're saying
they were the ones that put these people where they put them. They put them there.
Okay.
They put them there. They put the police. They put the police. They put the police that are going to ignore there. They put the councillors that they were going to ignore this there. They put the media that were going to be silent there. Who is the problem here?
Who's creating the sketch?
Okay, so it's only the country in one place? Is it only
how many? I don't know any police officer ever that has come up to me and went, "Oh, I can't arrest you. You could be Muslim." What? What? Oh man, I wish that were the case, bro. I'd be like, I've been got.
No, Hassan, you are completely. You should have gone out when Black Lives Matter were protesting. After Black Lives Matter protests, there was a whole slew of protests against COVID, and a few times, in fact, one time they were arresting this mixed race guy, and
again, Home Office requests money.
But the thing is, they were taking this guy and they were putting him down on the ground to handcuff him, and when people started crying out, take your knee off his back, you're putting your knee on his neck, the police shit themselves. The minute people started talking about, you guys are choking him, the police immediately approached. I know for a fact Busker in the park was recording it, and they approached him and a bunch of others. Stop it! Stop saying those sort of things, because they knew that if the report, if it gets into the media that a mixed race black individual was being choked out by the British police in amongst all of that George Floyd shit, they're gonna burn this fucking city down. So the police are 100% scared of being called racist.
I'm gonna
oh, that's so much bullshit. Yeah, you know what? The police have been taught.
Why are the police scared? Tell me that. Why are the police scared?
What do you mean, why are the police scared? The fact is that in this day and age, it's better to be called a pedophile than it is to be called a fucking racist. If you actually gauge the feelings of people.
Yeah.
But why are the police scared to call it out for what it is?
Because the government, everybody comes down on them. The society as a whole is pushed heavily.
We have
what the agendas have been put out by those in power.
That have been pumping the cucks on the left and empowering them. Yes.
You know the cause of the issue.
When people virtue signal, they get empowered by doing it. They get rewarded for doing it.
I don't disagree with you on that one. Yeah, so we need to go to the head of the problem that's causing the police to be scared to speak out about what's going on with rape and grooming. The police are scared to speak out.
Well, in London it's a big calm. Do you think he's gone around past?
No, because there's no grooming report. There's 1 or 2 cases in the last how many years? London's very quiet. I wonder how many real rapes and groomings are going on. Because we also know that part of the atrocities were what they've been doing with women, with human trafficking. Look at the borders, for Christ's sake.
We know that.
So again, the problem.
We know that. We know they're going to cover that up.
We're going to talk about grooming gangs all the time. It's not fixing nothing. Proving 10 years of Tommy Robinson, what difference has it made? 2 weeks ago, 60 new victims of grooming. No one's speaking about that. It's always about no one's doing about.
So when Tommy went to Telford, so when Tommy went to Telford, when he put out the next morning, Maggie Oliver was on the news. So they did reach out to Maggie Oliver.
5 people. 5 people. 5 people.
Maggie Oliver, one of their own, to talk about
I'm not talking about Maggie Oliver here.
Tommy Robinson brought it back to life.
If you want to rely on the rape of Britain, then I'm going to pull up the rape of Britain and start questioning you about the rape of Britain again. You've already done a little stream about my rape of Britain, the truth. Yeah? Nicole? Amy?
Yeah, go on then.
The father that allowed
what about?
the daughter that had already been raped in a well-known area of grooming to work at the age of 11 in a shop. All right, so
how's that the dirty route? That's what he's done. How's that a dirty route? That's what he's done. That does negate you idiot. You idiot.
Okay, guys, unfortunately...
listen to me, Public Annoyance.
You're ignoring the problem here. Someone put their daughter at risk by allowing her to be working in a shop at the age of 11. Now, if they had safeguarding measures put in place, that risk would not have been there in the first place.
Guys, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to carry on, I have to work tomorrow and I have to end this for myself. I mean, you guys can stay here. Love you guys. Thank you for everyone, really, for Jupiter, Wendy, even Triller, of course, Hassan and Public Annoyance. Thank you guys for jumping on the panel.
Oh, yeah, and guys, make sure you hit Speakers Corner Online. Seriously, it's the only place where they allow truth to come out. The only place. And guess what? As irritating as they sometimes sound.
It's one thing, guys. There's an MP that's been sent to jail for rape. That's one good thing. So we have got some kind of justice going on. And we need to remember who these people are that are giving justice.
I hope we can all at least get on the same page and actually start fighting the real enemy, because I think at the moment we're squabbling amongst each other way too much and are taking our eyes off the real problem. But for now, thank you everyone. Look, I'm gonna basically drop off to off this panel. You guys can carry on if you like, but I have to just wrap up the show. So I'm gonna leave the panel for you guys, and I don't know who this individual is, but I'm gonna block that one.
I'm gonna go in the morning. So anyway, thank you. Thanks, freedom of speech and the way you live that.
No worries, guys. No worries. I say I always try to uphold freedom of speech as much as possible, given the boundaries and the borders that we're dealt. All right, guys. Thank you again. Have a wonderful evening, and yeah, catch you all on the next one. Thank you, Jubes. Thank you, Wendy. Have a good night, my lovelies. And Hassan, you know I love you, man. Big love. One love,
Same,
brother.
Bro. Same, bro.
I'll talk to you on Speaker's Corner. Have a good one, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, I'm gonna drop off. Have a good one. Ciao. Okay, guys and girls, it's really getting late. That's why I had to quickly end that, because I need to get some sleep. I don't know, man. There was a lot that was said tonight. So many things, so many people. Latest false. Thank you, everyone in the chat. You know, there's just so many of you guys, but I'm just trying to remember some. Sam M, of course. False Shepherd. I hate it here. Season 2. Dude, you gotta stop changing your name all the time. I keep giving you a mod, and then you keep changing your name. So the next time you change your name and you don't have a mod, is on you. Thank you, everyone. Moon, Victoria West. There was a chap. Man, I forgot his name. God, there's so many people. Athena, Purple Pill, of course. Mandy. There's just too many. I'm just gonna say I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Where's the chap? It's gone. Okay. Have a good night, everyone, and I shall catch you all on the next stream, or on Wednesday. As always, there will be a stream with me and Manny Cinder on Speaker's Corner online. So if you're about, catch that one. That's my regular stream. All the other streams are kind of half-assed. I might do a drunken troll stream tomorrow night. But to be honest with you, I'm not going to be talking about Tommy Robinson. So if you're thinking about coming on to talk about Tommy Robinson, then don't, because I've had my fill of Tommy for 2 nights. I'm going to be chatting about other shit. We're gonna find some people to roast. I don't know who. Maybe some celebs. Maybe Amber Heard. In fact, I think the Wheel of Cunt needs to have Amber Heard and Johnny Depp on it to see what the results of that's going to be. So yes, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we will run the Wheel of Cunt on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and see how that turns out. Thank you, guys. It's been awesome. You guys are awesome, and I'm going to try and find some music to play us out with. I don't know what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? Having some existential issues here. Is this life worth living? I don't know. I'm randomly picking this. Ciao.